Big shout to okjersey.com. Scan the QR code below and actually go to the link below to get affordable football shirts from all the European leagues, including the English clubs, all of them, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, City, Spurs, Chelsea, all of them, of course, are all there. You can get the current ones, past seasons, and also some absolute gems out there, vintage ones, and actually very affordable football shirts, high quality, like the one I'm wearing right here. It is very simple to get one. Let me show you how. You go to the website. It's very simple. You click on the Premier League, pick the club you want. For me, I pick Newcastle, for example. You go there, you will find all the current ones, training ones as well. You add whatever you want to the cart. Of course, check the sizes, add a patch, add to cart, but also never forget, as it says below, scan the QR code and put the code JUDGE in the checkout to get 8% discount. It's that easy. Just go to the website, check the football shirt you want. You will not regret it. Now, let's get back to our stream. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, people. Hello and welcome to Footy Judge Mode. Don't forget to check out OK Jersey, guys. It helps the channel massively. Also use the code JUDGE to actually get discount 8%. It's actually great quality. I'm telling you, it's just affordable ones for the ones that can't pay the 150 pounds or 120. There's an echo coming from somebody, but anyway. But let the record show that the ladies are here first. I just wanted to put this out there, people. Don is going to be here, but he's not here. Drifty is joining us momentarily. Liverpool win a game 5-1, smashing Frankfurt. Without Mohamed Salah, who unfollowed Liverpool. Is that a problem happening, or we know what is going on? Also, in the same time, Man City, everyone is keep talking about Haaland is not going to be there, but why are people assuming that Haaland is not going to be there? City looks so good with Haaland, and everyone, Paul Morrison is saying, if they don't have Haaland, they won't finish in the top 4, but they do have Haaland. So why are you assuming that they don't have Haaland? If Arsenal don't have Gabriel, if Arsenal don't have this, but they do have these players, unless they get injured. We're not going to talk about them as they are not here. So Man City are a danger currently. Nico Gonzalez is injured. I don't know who's going to play in the middle for them. The defense is looking solid. Pep Guardiola. Is it only me hearing the echo?
Do you hear it now?
Not now, because no one's talking.
Oh.
But
well, I wasn't seeing it. I didn't know.
Yeah.
You might eliminate somebody if that.
Guardiola is making sure to copy Arteta defensively. That's why Man City look very solid defensively. That is actually proven and true, actually. And Mikel Arteta currently, I think they're one of the best teams in Europe. During the show, guys, hit the like button. We got 300 people in the house, so I haven't even started yet. I need you guys to name me the teams that you think in the world now that will come up against Arsenal, and you think they are favorites to win against them. But where should we start, actually? Should we start with Eucharist, scrubby goals, or just something like this, or jammy goals? We should start with Man City, actually. We'll start with Man City for real. It's not only about Man City. Why do people keep discounting Man City for real? And saying that without Haaland, they're not gonna do anything. But they have Haaland, right? Am I wrong? Anybody can talk. It's not only. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think people are just looking at last season and thinking like, oh, well, that's just going to continue. But no, it's not going to continue. And it was better towards the end of last season, and that was with some dusty players too, playing most of the games. And this over the summer, we actually bought some better players, and oh wow, we're playing better, and we're setting up the defense better. We're putting Ruben Diaz in a much better position. Like, people just forgot that Ruben Diaz is like a really good defender. They just think he's just this, Maya Jama scrub. But no, don't forget Ruben Diaz. When he showed up to the Premier League, he won Player of the Season, not best defender of the Premier League, Player of the Season. So like, he has that quality, and I know he's a little bit inconsistent. That's why I don't call him one of the best defenders in the world. But
okay. Now we're going too far.
Yeah, our fan base just talks about Maya
rates your
Jama.
defenders.
They just call him a Maya Jama merchant.
No, but they're not great.
Well, as a collective, they've had 3 clean sheets in a row. In a row. And since Donnarumma showed up, 5 clean sheets.
Actually, I gotta say, I was actually impressed when I looked at the stats about actually Man City, about the XG conceded, how many chances they're conceding per game. I'm actually impressed, genuinely impressed by Man City and how he's copying Arteta without a shadow of a doubt. No one gonna tell me.
Where did Arteta get a start from? So
no, the defensive part. The defensive part is
Arteta came up under Pep. So
no, but Pep Guardiola never played like this, Kelk. He never had all his players going back into position, moving them with remote control, closing all the avenues, Haaland doing interceptions and tackles and clearances now. He's never did this before. Never, ever did this in his life. Listen, people take it as a dig. It's actually, yes, not in the box. Not in, it's not about the box.
Haaland's 6'5",
so he's actually making it better than Arteta then. It's not a dig. People take it, it's a compliment that he's adapting to the way his players play now, the new football, it's not a dig. It's good that you're solid defensively. That's how you win more football games. That's how you win the 1-0s, the 2-0s. This is how you win football games like this.
Yeah. I also give some credit to Colo Torre, who's doing the defensive setup. I mean,
exactly that. Maybe why not?
Yeah. I also think that, like, again, when people talk about the difference between Mikel Arteta and Pep, there's always like a dig on Arteta that like he didn't play as good as football as Pep. He's only taken Moyes. He really hasn't taken that much from Pep. He's not, outside of just playing center backs at fullback, he hasn't really taken anything, blah, blah, blah. So I do feel like Arteta's defensive situation is unique to him and not unique to Pep in any way, shape, or form. Because again, whenever people compared them, they would say that Arteta took Moyes' haram ball or whatever you want to call it, So yeah, I think that obviously City look really good defensively now, much better than they did at the beginning of the season. And it wouldn't be like that big of a deal if he had maybe looked at something Arteta had done, or at least took some of those cues. Because
but God forbid, Jess, God forbid, he cannot copy Mr. Terrorist Arteta, haram ball Arteta.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
He can.
I'll tell you one thing. When another team starts to score set pieces like we do, they'll be lauded for it. It's just because it's
Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool.
But I don't want to. Let's not go to Arsenal yet. But this, I wanted to stay on City because people say that. I'm gonna raise my hand and say I didn't think that Pep has it in him to do this brand of football. That lose the ball, go back into position, be compact, defend in bulk, close the avenues. I didn't think that because the majority of the time, Pep has the team that actually dispossess the opposition the most in the final third, right? Like they normally don't defend with like 9 players. They just don't do that. If you look at defensive for position 1 in the final third per match, you guys know that City normally used to be first, right? They're not even in top 3. You know that even when Liverpool won the league, I'm just presenting you stats to back the what I see with my eyes. People say that Arsenal, they go defensive. City do the same. You know who's the team that won the most position in the final? It's Brighton. Second, Bournemouth. Third, Newcastle. You know what I mean? Man City are not in top 3. Why? Because Pep Guardiola knows that he has a goalkeeper that is not a sweeper keeper. City are 7th, by the way. All the seasons under Pep, they were always first. By the way, especially when they won the league. Even when Liverpool won the league 1920, City were first. That's what Pep is doing. He's doing his best Arteta impression in terms of like going back. I bet no one is going to call him defensive coach. By the way, Arsenal won more position in final third than Man City. I'm just putting this out there. For the people that keep saying that Arsenal are more defensive than City, no one is more defensive. It's all about how you set up when you lose the ball. Do you go press? I'm talking football now, no banter, just analyzing the games, right? If we're watching with our eyes, we know that Pep Guardiola is making sure that his team don't concede chances. Different than Liverpool. Why Liverpool concede a lot of chances? Because they're way high on the pitch. Their press is out there.
But we're still playing with a high line though, too. Like that's what my fan base has been whining about is this high line. And we're still doing that. We're just, I think a big difference is just the quality in the midfield this season is just so much better. Like people are winning the ball back. Last season, once you lost the ball, that was it. It was off to the races because Gundogan wasn't tracking back. Bernardo wasn't tracking back. Kovacic wasn't tracking back. You got Nico Gonzalez being a dual winning machine. He's doing a really good job on the defensive end of things as a defensive midfielder. Like he's an 8 and he's learning on the fly how to be a 6. And, you know, he has the best coach in the world teaching him how to do it. It's particularly for a 6. If you want to be one of the best 6s in world football, Pep Guardiola, he could turn anyone into a 6. I'll accept Calvin Phillips, but Nico Gonzalez has been he's been mad underrated. I know I came on the show and I know it was a banter conversation when you guys were talking about Caicedo, who's the best and the best. Nico Gonzalez is still in there as banter, but like he's actually playing very, very well. And I think the good news is a knock on Tuesday, so I think he's going to play on Sunday. And I hope he does.
I don't know about.
Much worse when he came off the pitch.
Kelk, he's not amazing. You know what I mean?
No, he's not. He doesn't have to be solid, but he's doing the job defensively, and that's what he needs to do in the position.
Now I got to tell you,
we're not giving the chances up.
I'm looking at some stats for City. Average ball position 59. The year they won the treble in the Premier League, 65. The year before, 68. You know. Like there is a lot of things that are absolutely different. You look at this position, the opposition in their half. They were like high there. Now they are not there. It's all about the number of passes. It's all about the XG. It's all about the XG conceded. City are absolutely evolving.
Yeah, but you saw that when they came to the Emirates. I feel like, again, because like football fans are always trying to figure out some way to like banter weirdly. Like it was kind of funny that they came to the Emirates and parked the bus, but that in itself I feel like was a good sign for Pep and City because it was like they made sure that they got a point and they were like a minute away or seconds away from getting all 3 points. And they wouldn't.
Nobody predicted going into that game. Nobody at all. Everyone said Arsenal are going to smash City in that game.
Yeah,
so I don't think anybody predicted City even getting a point.
So yeah, and a lot of that was because of the changes that he made. And so, of course, Pep can evolve. I don't feel like he's, since the beginning of his career, has never changed. Unless I've
never changed. Never changed.
I think he has changed a little bit. I don't think he plays the exact same way he did with.
Yeah, but never changed the philosophy of. Okay, he never changed the philosophy of I'm gonna get the ball from you in your half. He never changed. He never put all his team behind the ball when they lose the ball. He never had a defensive structure for like more than a minute or two. That never happened for him.
Dude, we were very good defensively, the Centurions here.
Okay. There is a difference between good defensively from the front, which is dispossessing the opposition, not allowing the opposition transition. Even in I just checked in the treble season, your position.
In the treble season in the Champions League knockout stages, we conceded 3 total goals.
I don't measure the Champions League for one reason, because you play the Real Madrid, you play teams are different. I measure 38
we
games.
We play really good teams and we only conceded 3 goals.
In the Champions League is different, right, than the Premier League. I'm measuring the 38 games, and that's the style you win the league. Pep Guardiola is trying to win the league with a completely different style. Number one, more direct, more risk-taking, more vertical in the play, straightforward passes, not sideways passes, building slow. He's building very quickly, right? on the
He
ball.
doesn't have the players to play the old style, so he's adapting.
And that's why it's a compliment that he's adapting, Kelk. That's why I'm complimenting him. I don't know
I
why
feel
City
like he
fans take it as a dig.
though.
It's not a dig.
Although you did notice that, I don't know if you watched the Villarreal game, but he actually did kind of go back to he went to the treble formation for that game.
Yeah, the box midfield.
Well, maybe he just
100%.
has
Yeah,
different
John Stones rolled back the clock on that one. You'll get a few games out of him per season like that, but otherwise I wouldn't count on him for anything.
Pep
But
has it
I
all.
think he's adapting for every game now. And finally he's playing to Erling Haaland, and you can see his numbers are exploding. So it's about time. Like it only took him 4 seasons to start playing to Haaland's strengths, and that's why Haaland's having such a great season. And to everybody crying and hoping that he gets injured, you just know that he's unstoppable. And so I think
I think that's natural though, Kel. I feel like naturally we'll all look at our teams and look at and compare. And I don't think it's that invalid to say that if Haaland, if somebody that's had a history of injuries gets injured, you guys don't have the players outside of him that would score enough goals. Everybody has that one thing.
But
you
I
know?
spoke
all I
about
heard
this,
last
right?
season is when Haaland was out, is that we played better football when Haaland was out. That's all I heard from my fan base was,
I
we
thought
played
about
better
this,
without
Jess,
Haaland last
right?
season when he was injured, when Marmoush was playing us like that 9/false 90 thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't worry as much, is because Marmoush is coming back. I just need him to get up to speed, and he's got a few games to do it. But Marmoush is back, and then worst case scenario is we play Phil Foden as a false 9, and he's been great at that, and he's playing a lot better this season.
Yeah, Foden has.
I mean,
He's
you have
options.
Foden
And we have
is
Pep
scary.
Guardiola. If Haaland gets injured, Pep will find something.
No.
Can I tell you, Kelk, what I was thinking about?
Yes, Foden in the 9 is fucking scary, ain't it?
Well,
It's scary,
I'm just
You don't remember?
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
2020.
What are you making fun of? What do you mean?
man. Scary, man. It's
The
scary.
reason we made the Champions League against Chelsea, Phil Foden false 9 was
no, like
brilliant.
I get that. I understand that.
What do you
Like,
mean, Don? Go ahead, Jess. Go ahead. Sorry, Jess.
you're a
I'm
fan.
just saying,
of
it's scary. It's scary,
Hold
isn't it?
on,
I'm
hold
just
on,
saying.
really
Yeah,
quick.
you're mocking it, bro. You're mocking it. You're not even. Your manager get around with injuries, so you are doubting Pep. Okay, so hold on. So Maresca can have all these wins. Sorry, Jess. I'm sorry, Jess. Apologies. Apologies. So he's not doubting Maresca with injuries to win games, but I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about Don. That's what Don is coming with the injury. You are doubting Pep finding out a solution, but you trust your manager Enzo Maresca to find the solution with the injuries. I think that is wild, Broski.
We've got a better squad than them, though. Our squad's better than theirs.
Oh God, we're having talk. Can we save that for the Arsenal section? Let me have my.
Are you serious? You have better squad than City? You
We're
think
not
you're
in
better?
that conversation.
We do have a better squad than
That's
Man
y'all.
City.
Oh, the front line with Savinho, Foden, Marmoush, Haaland, Doku, Shirky. That is their front line.
Broski, they're
You have-
like,
Probably the best in the
You
league.
have,
outside
you
of
have
the league.
Neto, Gittins, Garnacho, Delap, João Pedro. That's what you have. Estefan,
yeah.
which is
Our
great.
our attack has goals, though. I don't get what you're trying to do. Our attack has goals, and we've actually got depth in our attack, right? We're scoring goals right now without Cole Palmer. We're scoring goals right now without Delap. We scored 5 goals yesterday, bro.
We're gonna come to Chelsea.
goals
We're gonna come to
before that.
Chelsea. Let's go back to City. So let's finish
I
the
want to
City
hear what
part.
Jess was trying to say.
We're gonna go back to Chelsea. We just started with City because none of you guys were here. Drift is not here. So you guys are late. So we started with Chelsea, with City. Go ahead, Jess. I thought you were gonna say something. Apologies.
The only thing I was
I
going to say.
apologize for Don's rudeness. I apologize for Don's
will-
rudeness. I apologize.
Water is wet. Water is wet. Okay. When we look at rude, we're looking to the guys to the left. Okay. No, but seriously, I get what Kel's saying because, like, as a fan of your own team, you're always going to see the bright side of things and have like an answer. Like, if you were to bring something to me, I'd have like an answer. I'm just saying you should, like, it feels a little bit like you get just a little bit rattled if somebody says something that's like so obvious. If Haaland does get injured, we would all be sitting there like, because I know you would be clutching your pearls just ever so slightly, Kel, just ever so slightly if Haaland did get injured. I know you would. It's a big thing. Everybody has.
Right now, he's the best player performing right now in the Kelk. So yeah,
It speaks for itself, man. Look at
teams
the
rely on their best players. That's just the fact. But also, Jess,
But why are you assuming that he's gonna? Sorry, Kelk.
I'm not
Why-
assuming.
Not you. Why, Don? You're assuming that he's gonna get injured. Why?
it's a logical conclusion because as Jess
Yes.
said, he does have an injury
Yeah,
history. So
hold
it's a
on, hold on.
logical
Why?
conclusion.
Why the
At some
argument?
point, he's going to get injured.
Hold on. Stop.
There's a possibility.
Why the argument is that if Haaland is not there, they're gonna struggle. What if Haaland stays fit 30 games, 32 games, which just happens?
Then their life's gonna change.
Then they finish above you. Then they are in a tighter race. Then you're finishing fourth, and all this stuff.
I've
right?
seen how the team succeeds when he's out. That's where my confidence is.
See the problem, Kelk?
I've seen him get injured, and I've seen the team still win.
I swear,
a lot.
Kelk and Man City fans are falling into the trap, so they're responding. Yes, our manager is gonna find the solution if Haaland gets injured, right? He's not injured yet. Why are we assuming that he's gonna get injured? Why? Why do we assume that he's going to get injured?
It's wishful thinking from the rivals. They see how good he is, and they want him out.
I don't get it. Why are we acting like we haven't seen Haaland pick up injuries for weeks as well? Like when he gets injured, he's normally out for weeks.
For 10 games.
He was last year, and we didn't. I don't think we lost a game while he was out. We scored a lot of goals. I think the stat was 4 or 5 games he missed last season. We scored 15 goals.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Marmoush should be bagging goals at this rate as well. To be honest, I'm pretty sure his ratio will be in a positive as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, you'll be around about Haaland, Kelk, definitely.
Yeah. The season before, the 23-24 season, Haaland missed like 2 or 3 months. We won the league because Phil Foden and Rodri carried us. This level of Haaland was the one carrying us. Like,
this is it.
I'm
watching.
This is the best version of Haaland, though. You know, last season Haaland was basically just waiting for creativity. Now he's actually saying, yo, I'm going to take the game by the scruff of the neck every single game week. And he's literally, being that driving force to help you compete, to help you do whatever you want to do, right? You take him out right now, Kelk. You know what I mean? I saw the goal scorers after him. It's who is it? Nunez and...
Hey, Bernardo Silva got a goal the other day. You know.
That was in the Champions League. That was in the Champions League, though. I'm talking about in the league, right? I saw Haaland is in like double digits already, and then the next person's got 1 goal. Those 2 players, Nunez and there's someone else. Kill. I can't remember who it is. Right?
Foden has a goal. Turkey has a goal. Nunez has a goal. Yeah, it's not. But hey,
yeah, man, it's not
teams
enough.
Teams relying on their best players to win games. Wow, I've never seen that before in my life.
Yeah, but it's like 90% Haaland though. It's 95% Haaland. Like obviously, you're always gonna look at your star players and. You pay Haaland what you do because Haaland is a world-class, he's an all-timer. Let's be real, he's an all-timer player. But you take that guy out of that team, as much as you might be able to play better or still win games, that guy's a game changer, Kelk. He's a game changer. You're now
best player in the world right now.
Yes, you're then expecting Foden to basically go back to what he was. I know he's improved this season, to be fair, but you're expecting Marmoush to basically win you games as well. Like, yeah, these players can do that, but I'm just saying, I'm putting more money on Haaland doing it more consistently.
I trust my manager because every year since Pep got here, Aguero would get injured. We'd find a way. Kevin De Bruyne would miss half the season. We'd find a way. Like,
why didn't you find a way when Rodri got injured? Why didn't you find a way when Rodri got injured? What happened there?
Because we had a bunch of scrubs behind him, and we still finished higher in the league than you did without Rodri.
Oh, so Nico's the guy now. Nico Gonzalez, yeah.
Nico, he's doing very well.
That is scary.
I'm not calling him the best DM in the league, but I think he's performing. He's doing
Gonzalez
a job. He's doing the job. That's all you need right now. You need someone to do the job.
I'm pretty sure Caicedo, Zubimendi, and Rice are scared of Gonzalez, Jess. Don't you think? I think they're scared.
I'm not in it, Don. I'm on the bottom row.
Hey, Jess has to face Rodri, and
that's what I wrote me in.
Jess is trying to be humble. But in her head, yeah, she just knows. She knows that my man's not Rodri. You know what I mean?
Remember, I got that scrub Nico G plane. I'm ahead of you in the table. So with the mighty Caicedo.
Yeah, for now.
So
enjoy it for now. You know what I mean?
You know what though? As long as City can keep the goals down or the goals against down, they probably will be able to conjure up a goal or 2 a game. Let's keep it real. As long as that defense
we've got that world-class goalkeeper now who your team could have signed on, but he came to my team instead, and we got clean sheets almost every game now. It's great stuff.
I'm just saying.
You're back, yeah. So do you think that you're going to be up there then this season? Do you think you're going to be really pushing and vintage?
I said at the beginning of the season, I think we're finishing second. I'm still pretty confident in that.
If City keep Haaland fit, even for 30 games, you actually will be more in the conversation than Manchester City.
Hold on. I think.
I'm just asking the question. I think
we can keep up with them, bro. Of course, I think we can. You know what I mean? I think
above them. We cannot have the whole league up there. That doesn't work. We're not
We can
going
keep
to have
up with
five,
Haaland, yes. Even with Haaland, yes. I said it.
even
You know
with
what I mean?
Haaland. Even with
Because
Haaland.
One thing about
Well,
my
now's
team,
the
yeah,
time to start
One
doing
thing-
it.
one thing about my team, bro, we spread our goals amongst players. You know what I mean? There's
Yep.
players in our team that we're not depending on just on one player, right? We haven't even got Delap in this team, and we've scored the second most goals in the league, bro.
You know,
Two of
Delap
them-
is
3 games we've had
act
red
like
cards.
Delap is a world.
We've
champion.
had red cards. Yeah. Jess, set piece again. Ole, ole. You know what I mean? We're now picking up some set pieces as well. You know what I'm saying? We're up there for the set pieces. The times have changed, baby. You know what I mean? So I'm just chilling right now. I'm watching Man City right now, but this ain't ferocious Man City. Yeah. You need Haaland to stay fit right now. And yes, you know, he's gonna be up there with if he stays fit, Kel. But I'm not really scared of you lot like that right now. I'll be real. I still need to see more for me to be really thinking, oh, Man
I
City.
think you're the only rival who's not. I'm just gonna say that. I think you're the only
I'm
rival who's not.
not,
I'm
because-
seeing a lot of PTSD from certain fan bases.
Nah, because I know right now what's going on with Haaland, and Haaland right now is playing at a different level. At a different level. This is his best season so far, really. You know, and that guy's been killing it for years. You know, without him, boy, there's going to be a slight drop off, in my opinion.
So
I'm
don't
just
you
gonna
think
show you
that
guys
the
a
fact that
graph.
Holland is performing at a Ballon d'Or level right now, and nobody else on the team is really, except for I'd say Phil Foden's having a pretty good season so far. Nobody else is really
Hello, Drifty. How are you
having a
doing?
good
You won
season. Are you
again.
not sure? Are you not? Are you assuming that the rest of the team's going to continue to kind of be sputtering the whole season, or do you think? Well, you know, they're going to start picking up some form and they're going to start playing better? Because I don't even think City's playing that well right now. I think we're, you know, this might not make sense so people don't drive a manual, but I think we're still in second gear right now. I don't think we've even begun to hit like
Yeah, I can say
that comes in January, February, and that's when everybody starts getting squeaky bum time.
I'm gonna
No.
tell you
Even
something,
last
Don.
season
I'm
with a
gonna
bad
tell you.
team, we won most
Don,
of our games. last season.
Don, I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell you
hold on,
something,
before
though.
you come in, Mo, yeah, hold on, Kel, yeah, because you City fans love that line, innit? You love that line, yeah. That you can only really use that line with the all-timers you had. The all-timers you had are gone, yeah.
We did it
KDB and
last
all
year
those
with a
guys
bunch of
are
scrubs,
gone, yeah.
with a bunch of washed up uncles. We did it last season,
What did you do last
literally
year? What did
last
you do last
season.
year?
When
And
we
they
had
still
no
finished
defense,
that. The
we had
problem
no
is they still
midfield.
finished
We still
above
finished
you.
above
That's
you.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with what I'm saying, though, Mo? That's got nothing to do with what I'm saying, right?
What do you
We
mean?
should
They never.
have left these
that is-
guys. Like, that's irrelevant because I'm not even talking about Chelsea right now. I'm talking about Man City's. Why are you bringing my
Yeah.
club into?
What about Man
Well,
City? Tell
you're
me, tell
doubting
me.
us for the end of the season, and I'm saying last
I will
season
doubt
when
you, yeah,
we had
because
a
I
lot
saw
of poor
Pep-
players
I
who
saw
were
Pep-
washed up, old, underperforming, we still put together the run at the end of the season. I
Yeah,
have
but Kel-
confidence in that because I see it every year. Every year with my team, I see it. We make a run at the
I
end
will
of the year.
doubt you. I will doubt you because last season Pep came out to do an interview looking like he just met Wolverine and they had a scrap, right?
Yeah.
And he was
Guess-
struggling to
And
find
guess what?
solutions.
That was in November. And
You know
guess
what I mean?
happened in February, March, and April, and
I
May.
will doubt you because
We
I've
went on a
seen
run
Pep,
and we finished third above you. With
I've
a bad
seen
team.
Pep recently. I've seen Pep recently struggle with adversity. Yeah. So yes, right now Donnarumma's helping you in that. You've got Goliath in the goal. Fantastic. Yeah.
Just
You've got
remember,
machine
Uncle
up top.
Gundogan and Kovacic
Fantastic.
and all that beat your
Yeah.
team twice last season. We beat the
But
mighty
we'll see.
Caicedo and the mighty Enzo Fernandez and the mighty Cole
Oh,
Palmer.
so
We beat your
you're
ass
coming
twice
back to
last
Chelsea
season.
again.
Just
You're
remember
coming
that.
back to Chelsea again.
And we got better
Listen,
players this
that
year.
game at the Etihad was one of our worst performances of the season. You know, I'm not even talking about us right now. Why you getting so heated? Tranquilo.
I'm just
Tranquilo. I'm
saying,
not talking about Chelsea
I
right
know
now.
my manager has a track record. He's a track
what I
record
mean?
of doing well at the end of seasons. He's a track record of winning things. So I'm going to put faith in him.
No, yeah, you need to put faith in him. Last season, you lot were talking about, is it time for Pep to leave? Now it's put faith in him again.
Said that.
Okay. No, that's the conversation that will be had. That will be had, bro.
The rivals are begging for Pep to leave. You know why? Because every year he has a track record and he does great things. Maybe it didn't mean a trophy last season, heaven forbid, but we got our team back on track. We had one of our worst runs ever, probably the worst run ever in Pep Guardiola's career, and we still finished the season positively. So I think this season with better players and a better system, I think I think we can do good things this year, like great things. So I'm excited. I love what I'm seeing. It's much better than the Drek I was watching last season. It's just it's a much better. It's a much better.
I believe
situation.
it, Kelly. You're not.
watching
You
games
don't
now.
sound convincing. Like I'm excited. I'm not feeling it, man. It's not convincing me. I'm not feeling it here.
It's October. It's October.
Yeah,
I don't,
this
you
is
know,
true.
you
We haven't even hit 10
you just
days.
gotta, it's a slow burn. It's a marathon. You know, you can't get too excited too fast. I never talk about winning a league in October because it's too soon. You just have to wait and see. You never know what's going to happen. But I know when February and March comes, that's That's
No, I'm
what's
going to tell you
gonna watch.
something. I'm going to see that if City are 2 to 5 or 6 points behind the league leaders in January, it's scary
Everybody's
times
crapping
for
their pants.
everyone.
Every
Everyone
year.
is scared. Everyone is scared. It's the same story every year.
They're already
If they fall
scared.
behind, that's fine. Listen, I'm gonna see
I've
the
already
next 4
heard
games. To be
Liverpool
honest.
fans say that they're going to support City to win the league.
Some of them.
Yeah, that City
That I was like,
pool-
whoa! It's October again. It's
that
October.
City
Relax.
pool stuff is. I've never seen it. It's
Bro,
pretty
you're
gross.
the same Chelsea fan who said Donnarumma is not better than Sanchez.
What I actually said is I want better than both of them. So you need to learn to listen. That's what I actually said.
Yeah, I am. Listen, guys, make sure to check out OK Jersey, guys. Use the code JUDGE for 8%. All the people here, of course, and hit that like button, people. We moving to Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea.
I think Don is chomping at the bit to talk some Chelsea. So maybe
I'm chilling, man. I'm calm. I'm just in the listen right now.
You are not calm.
I'm calm. I'm chilling.
Oh, God.
time for the Don and Jess segment.
I don't need a segment. Today was not my day. When it's my day,
That's a statement win. I'm sure we.
Right, Jess, you won the game.
Don, let me show you.
Finally scored a
Guys,
goal
guys,
after 9 games.
This
Have
is
some
for last
pride.
season.
Not my
Just
day.
for Drifty's context. Don was all about open play goals for Arsenal on the stuff. Now he's banging about set pieces. Guys, this is the graph for open play XG in the Premier League. City, then Arsenal second, right? Chelsea are 6. So, and then Chelsea now are.
Don, put me on the top. Put me on the top second.
Look at this.
Don, are you serious?
Welcome.
Are you serious right now? You can never speak right now. Was that Arsenal above you in the open play XG? Are you serious right now? What do you have to say for yourself? Answer for your crimes.
Red cards, man. Red cards. What can I say, man? You know.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
God. Get out of here.
Red cards.
Red cards. We're getting by right now. You have to remember, man. Palmer helps us a lot of our creativity. You know what I mean? So, boy, we're still creating. Jess, I haven't been cooking Arsenal this season about their creativity. If anything, I've actually been saying the set pieces you're scoring. Like when people are trying to cook you guys, I'm like, they're scoring set pieces, yes, but I'm actually seeing them actually playing well in open playing games as well. So I'm not looking at them as if they're dependent on set pieces right now. Like, for example, against Atleti, right? The first half, you didn't score in the first half, but you were getting closer. I could feel that you were going to score. And then the set piece for the first goal, that opened up the game. That is what broke off the deadlock. And then from there, you started to just kill them in open play. That's when I can actually praise you guys about your set pieces. The only time I'll cook you about your set pieces is when, like last season, you're barely creating an open play and then you're just dependent on them. That's when it's a problem, Jess. But right now, if you're using them as an additional weapon to what you're doing in open play, no problem. You know what I mean? I think you've actually been doing all right recently. I'll be real. I told you this the other week.
I think it's also because you guys started scoring set pieces. You know, you can lay down.
No, that's got nothing to do with it. Show me some receipts where I've actually said to Arsenal the set pieces are shit and you shouldn't be playing like this and that. No, what I've always said is you can't be dependent on them to be getting you through games. That's what I've told you, Jess.
Again,
But
it comes a sustainable thing, Don. But the sustainable thing. Now you're banging on the sustainable thing.
Let me finish, man. I feel like right now they're using it as an addition rather than they're dependent on it. That's my point.
We only really relied on it last season because we were so poor. Like last season, that was horrendous. That was so different than the 2 years prior. But this whole sustainability thing with the set pieces, I feel like we've scored like somebody will pull it up. Somebody knows in the chat. 67 set pieces in the last
18.
I know in the Premier League you have 15 goals and only 5 of them are open play. So you have 10 in the Premier League.
Like it's sustainable. We've been doing this for a minute now. Like, because it's not just fluky or whatever. And they also changed the rules on us because I think, Ben White was doing nonsense in the box.
12 set pieces this season. 12. Exactly.
Yeah, it's sustainable. Yeah, it's sustainable. And, hopefully if we go through a dry spell without the set pieces, we have enough players that can just score goals. Because like Don was saying with Chelsea, we have players that just share the goals. I think we have the most different goal scorers in the Premier League so far this season with like 10 different goal scorers. So I think we're good. That's what I'm saying. Like, today is not my day. We don't, actually this weekend is a really difficult game for us. I know Crystal Palace on paper isn't difficult, but it is. So we'll see how we do. But I'm chilling.
Listen, I think Arsenal currently are okay. I don't know. Like, if you look at Arsenal now, who in the world can beat Arsenal? Seriously, who's
PSG.
better than them?
I'd be
PSG.
very interested to see Barcelona play them. I'm not saying they'll win, but I'd just be very interested to see that
Wide
offense,
open,
that
bro.
attack
It's
versus
wide
that
open.
defense. That'd be interesting. Well, yeah, I mean, Arsenal will score a lot of goals because they play a very high line, but I'd just be interested. I'm just interested to see that defense against that offense. Again, I'm not saying Barcelona would win. It'd be an interesting matchup.
It's actually astonishing that still Arsenal are favorites to win the league, and people now are putting them ahead of like teams like Barcelona in the champs and stuff like this. You
I'm
are
also
favorites to win the
curious to see
league.
them play
Yes.
this version of Bayern Munich, because Bayern Munich are cooking right. I don't even think they've lost a game all season.
They have the best attack to me, they've been the best attack so far.
Yeah,
in
Luis
Europe.
Diaz is making a huge impact
They've been
on them.
out of this world. I'm actually
Harry Kane's
really
been
excited to see
fantastic.
how we play against them because they're better than what we played a couple seasons ago, and we still didn't get past them then. So we'll see. But right now, watching PSG, I still think they're the team to beat. I think they're clear of pretty much everyone. And then it's Bayern, and then maybe
I know what happened last time I met them. You know what I mean?
Last time you met who?
Last time I met Paris Saint-Germain.
what the are you? We're
What
still
happened last
doing
time you
Club
played
World Cup.
Arsenal?
Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah, I've got a big badge on my chest right now, like Iron Man. You know what I mean? Because of a certain.
So John is throwing his name into the ring. Chelsea are beating Arsenal.
I'm just saying that this team that Jess said is clear, this super team, I battered them, whitewash.
I can't wait for the game at the
But
Etihad.
the team
later
that
this
also
season.
got
What is
battered
that
by them,
statement?
we lost
What is
to
that
them
statement?
in
What does that
Bayern.
statement mean? Like, do you think?
It's just a friendly reminder of what happened in the summer. A friendly reminder.
Okay, great. Again, so are you ahead of PSG in the picking order of the Champions League?
I don't think they're clear. That's just that statement. I don't think they're clear of anyone really. I think they're probably one of the best teams, but I don't think they're clear of anyone.
What about Chelsea versus Arsenal in the Champions League?
What about it?
Who's winning that?
Well, once they get a couple red cards, I think.
Wow,
we'll be-
silent. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a long way to
With
go.
Jess when it really comes down to it, Don. I don't understand. Are you better than us or no? You don't ever say it. Just say it.
What are these irrelevant questions, Jess? Like, what's going
Just
on?
say you think you're better than us. I think you.
Why have you got
Deep down, he thinks that, but he doesn't want to say
No,
that.
but Mo, she's got I'm talking about PSG and bringing it back to Arsenal. Why, Jess?
But I
I
also
was
think
even
you
just
think you're
talking
better
about
than
Arsenal.
PSG.
I was even just bigging you guys up. What's going on?
You think you're better than PSG as well. That's why when I said that, I
I
think
never
they're
said that. I just don't think they're clear.
in your mind, that little voice said, "Not clear of Chelsea." That's what you thought.
Yeah,
Not.
because I know what happened. People say they're clear, they're gonna batter you and that and this that. We absolutely took them to the cleaners. Yeah, absolutely took them to the cleaners, right? And in fact, we love playing teams like PSG that are actually gonna come out and play. You know what I mean?
Oh boy, I heard
We
that.
know how to hurt teams like that. We know how to hurt teams like that. Yeah. So I'm just
better
saying,
than PSG.
I'm not just talking about Chelsea here. I'm just saying I don't think they're clear of everyone. That's
we
my
saw
point.
Chelsea versus Bayern.
I don't think they're clear of Bayern. I don't think
Pretty.
they're clear of Bayern. I don't think they're clear of Chelsea. I don't think they're clear of Man City. Sorry, not Man City. What's the other team I'm thinking of? Arsenal. Yeah.
I think we're up there with Arsenal.
I don't think they're clear of
but I think
they're like
we're pretty good.
2% better. They're
Why
so,
are
like
everyone discounting Liverpool?
Clear to me, Jess, is like you've got no
I know
chance.
we're
of doing
drifty.
it.
He's just
I
like
don't
I'm biding my time here.
I don't see
Okay,
it
well,
like that.
maybe not clear.
We're irrelevant right now.
I
That's
think
why.
they're better.
Better like,
Well,
like everyone
Liverpool actually
forgot
beat
that
Arsenal
Liverpool
this year,
exists.
so
You know what I
he should be
mean?
in this conversation. He
Everyone
actually beat
forgot that
them.
Liverpool exists. Even though they're second in
You
the
know
league.
what?
still.
It's been a nice couple of weeks just putting them on the back burner, not having to talk about them. But
We've been
They
the
want-
center of attention for a while, so we're fine. We'll just chill. We'll sit back now. I mean,
No, you're not, no one is going to allow you to do that.
Arsenal, we actually already have, but
yeah.
The thing about Liverpool, having 4 losses in a row, we're not going to forget that Alexander Isak, Wirtz, Ekitike, Frimpong, Kerkez signing. I'm not. I do shows with Hassam every day. So I don't forget these things. Like 500 million spent or 480 million. I don't forget that. I don't forget Arne Slot better than Arteta. I don't forget these things because I'm with the guy every day. In here, I'm a chef. I won't forget that. I'm not. The 480 million spent, the pressure is on Liverpool to win the league or the Champions League. There is no one is going to run away from it. No Liverpool fan will tell me that
We're
there's
not
no
running
pressure.
away from it. We're cool.
Yeah,
We know how to win, bro. We're fine with this pressure. It's all good.
Last time you were here, you were saying that you didn't really have to win because
Jeffy,
you
on your channel, you said the league is over. So just put this
Yeah,
up.
I do think Arsenal or City will win the league. It doesn't mean we
October?
can't. Yeah.
It's October.
We know how to win, but it's over. Like, come on. Like, what do you
Wow.
think?
It's October.
Well, we're 4 points behind, so it is Arsenal's to lose, right? I think we're 3 points behind City.
It's fine for
I
it to
think
be
you're- I
ours
think we're
to
1 point
lose,
ahead of you.
but it's
I'm
only
saying
4
I don't know.
points.
Like I said before, we can have the banter conversation or we can have the real conversation. In the banter conversation, you lot can cuss Liverpool for losing. I get it. That's part of the game. In a real conversation, Liverpool have had a bad spell. If we do manage to get through this bad spell and not be too far behind, we get to like February, I believe Liverpool will win the league over Arsenal. Arsenal have to prove to me, and that's not saying they're not capable, but they have to prove to me they can handle the pressure, they can go on that run at the end, and they can get over the line. And until then, I'm always going to believe City can win it or Liverpool can win it if they're there or thereabouts. But if Arsenal continue to get ahead of us while we're in this poor form, then obviously how much can you catch up? Like, you know what I mean? You got to be
But
realistic.
forget the banter. If you're looking at Arsenal today, with the way they play, you don't think they are favorites to win the Premier League? Or you are in
At
the
the
camp
moment-
of like, I can't say that until they win it.
No.
At the moment, I don't really know if you can really. I agree. In October, I think it's a little bit techie to do the whole favorite thing because you really don't know what the Christmas period will be like. You don't know what it's going to be like when you get into the new year, who people might add in January. You have no idea. You know what I mean? Like, as an example, loads of rumors going around now that Liverpool have figured out there's a release clause in Semenyo's contract. And in January, we're going to go for him. Let's say the owners
That's
go,
going to
"Do you know
help the
what?"
defense, isn't it?
No, but that's what I was going to say. And obviously, there's rumors about Guehi in January, right? So let's just say, for instance, Liverpool figure out how to get Guehi and Semenyo in January. And we think, you know what, just fast forward the summer a little bit, get them in now. Say we're 3 points behind Arsenal on the 1st of January, or we're 5 points behind Arsenal on the 1st of January. If we added Guehi and Semenyo to our squad, does anyone here believe that we wouldn't be able to catch Arsenal?
Well, it's all about how you use them, though. It's all about how you
If
use
any
them.
other
Yeah,
team
of
spent
course.
500
No, you
million
can't-
in the
you can't
summer
be-
and
I'm sorry,
150 in
I'm
January,
sorry, I'm sorry.
if
That-
Chelsea
that
did
is-
that, it'd
that
be
is-
over.
You need to
But
check.
this is what I say. Do we have a banter conversation or a real conversation? Because in a
Real
banter
conversation.
I get it.
What a,
We
That is a real
spent
conversation.
all that money. But in a real
Yeah.
conversation, we didn't spend money for 3 windows prior to that. We're not a club who just always spend money. We just did it in a big amount of
Our club who
in
also
a
doesn't
small
always
amount of
win
space.
trophies.
Man City spent the same amount of money as us, just took 6 months longer. But they've still spent the same amount of money. You lot are just wild by it because we never do it. But 400 mil over 2 years ain't a lot. You guys all spent that much. You just spread it out. We did it all at once. So, yeah, you can pile the pressure on us. I get it. We bought Isak, Verts. I get it. But at the end of the day, in a real conversation, we spent less money than a lot of your teams in a 2-year span. So it depends.
Yeah, but the reality is you broke the British record twice this summer, bro. Yeah, your attack is unbelievable. But you've got a manager right now that's not utilizing your team the way that it needs to be utilized, bro. Like,
he's trying to figure things out.
I do think you need to go to a back three now. I think it's time to go to.
He's trying to figure things out. While he's figuring out, it's frustrating, it's annoying. But I'm not one of them fans that's going to pile on and start acting like I don't get real football. In real football, you can't just implement the new system and just change it after 2-3 games. If it's failing, you got to give it a little bit more time to come to fruition. Nobody wants to give us time. That's fine. We get it. But at the end of the day, I still know the reality of football. If you're implementing new players and the new system, you're going to have some kinks along the way. And if Liverpool don't win anything this year, but we're decent, and then next year you can see the fruits of the labor, I'm one of the fans that's cool with that. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind the banter and people laughing at me, but I'm cool with giving him time to do what he wants to do. If I don't see an improvement by the end, that's different. But if I can slowly see, okay, it's starting to work, I get it. A transitional year, no one wants to hear it, cool. But being realistic, you know, you have to give him time. You have to give him time.
Yeah, but that's why when you're like, okay, well, if we get this player and we get this player, to me, that's like, doesn't really matter. unless he knows how to implement and use those players properly, because you just bought a whole bunch of players and he's kind of struggling with it now. Now, he did change the system yesterday, and that was better for you guys. So we'll see how moving forward, how that goes. I actually think if potentially Isak is out for a minute, that might ease things for him, because the conversation is just play Ekitike, who's been brilliant for you guys. So
better, yeah. I think
Yeah,
I don't think
it's
Isak's
like-
been
it
an issue
almost-
in terms of. I don't think people are upset with Slot for playing him. I just think they wanted to find a way to get both playing at the same time, which is what he did yesterday.
yeah.
So because no, you can't really moan at him playing our star striker. It's just unfortunately he just hasn't looked fit all season, and it's probably his fault. Like that whole thing with Newcastle and the not having preseason and all that stuff. He plays a role in it, obviously, why he didn't get a preseason. But
Yeah, it's
you
not
know,
about
that-
moaning about it. Like, I'm not saying that like it doesn't make sense that he wants to play Isak, but also when you're in a situation like you're Liverpool and you're meant to be, challenging for the title again, winning it, if not anything else, you still need to pick up points. And I feel like playing a player out of form when you can maybe bring him on for the last 20, and then just you have Ekitike that's in form. That didn't really make sense to me, but maybe that's just him learning with these new players. But it is really early. And I feel like just a couple weeks ago, if Arsenal had not beat Newcastle, it was over for us. And now we're favorites all of a sudden. If Liverpool put together some form or even beat Brentford, people will swing again. It's just very early. And so even Liverpool fans saying it's over feels disingenuous to me. Like, of course it's not over. You're like 4 points behind. I think it's a little bit of sulky. It's a little bit of like, well, now it's in Arsenal's hands and all this kind of stuff. Not really. Not really. If we were points behind you
Well,
guys,
the bookies have made you double favorites, right?
it's not
Yeah,
over.
actually, it increased to over 50% now.
So Drifty, how are you feeling about Coyote and his long
must.
throws? Coyote, you've got Igor as well. I mean, they're looking. I was telling people from the start of the season, Brentford are actually looking all right, because a lot of people are like, oh, they're done, they're
They were
finished.
saying that they were going to get relegated.
Yeah, I was watching the games.
No, but I mean, I think
games, and I was like, yo, these guys actually look all right. Like they actually look like they're doing something, And
no, they've been good
Yeah.
this
That's
season.
tough-
People
tough
jump to
game.
conclusions, right? I
Yeah.
think with Bournemouth and Brentford, people jumped to conclusions, and it was kind of based on educated guesses, right? It wasn't even being stupid. Burnley had like their Bournemouth had their whole defense taken away from them, really good quality players taken away from them, and Brentford had their soul ripped out. Like if you lose your manager in Buemo and Wissa, nobody's gonna. And their goalie as well, right? Like
They
no
lost
one
their
was ever
captain, too.
thinking. No one was
they
ever
finally got
thinking
rid
they'll be all right.
that guy.
Yeah,
But,
man,
you know-
they've got that tactic again of the long throws, and again, they've got Thiago's cooking right now. Again, Sade, I rate him, man. That guy can finish. When he's in front of goal, he knows how to finish.
People
Yeah,
can
John,
laugh
didn't
at
you
the
drop
statement.
points at Brentford?
We did, yeah, we did. We did.
From
Yeah, it's a
experience.
tough place to play. Very
No, but
tough.
they got robbed.
I've
They got
literally
robbed.
just-
Chelsea should have had the 3 points. They got robbed.
Well,
We should have
Should
had the
have
3
had the
points.
definitely
Like,
gonna be a
we were
tough
fucking
game.
defending in the box, like, but they're not a bad
Oh,
team.
Jess,
Like,
okay.
if you're not on it, Drifty, boy, they can do.
No. We've definitely, and people can laugh at this statement if they want. Hendo's been one of the best midfielders in the league this season. He's balling
Yes.
out of Brentford. He's proving he ain't lost it. His legs ain't gone. Like he's balling out, man. So Kelleher has been brilliant in goal for them. A couple of ex-Liverpool boys. So we're coming up against people who know us. It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a very interesting game. It's a tough
People are
game,
like,
Brentford.
we don't want to hear it.
I think their shape
They won that.
really punished your shape.
Is that guys? This is like it's static.
Hold on, Mo. They won their last season in like the last minute. Nunes had to come off the bench and win the game for them. Yeah. So boy, it wasn't smooth sailing last year either. It wasn't smooth sailing last year either.
I'm
No,
gonna
it's
tell you
also-
something.
It's going to be a tough game.
I don't see it as easy as people make it, because Liverpool won against Frankfurt, right? That's a completely different game than playing in the
Yeah.
Champions League against Frankfurt. Away. That's going to be a very physical game. Isak is out. We don't know if Salah is going to start or not. He's pissed now or whatever. People want to make like the story, removing Liverpool from his whatever thing and all this stuff. It doesn't look like Salah is going to start. Wirtz have picked up a couple of assists. He was good in the game. We don't know if Gravenberch is going to be back. Konate and Van Dijk.
He won't be back. Gravenberch twisted his ankle. He's going to be out for at least 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, and then
He won't-
Frimpong.
I thought he said he's ill.
Either.
I thought
No.
he said
In the Man United game, he twisted his ankle, so he'll be out for about 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, because I was reading the news yesterday and everyone was telling me that he's ill, not injured, that's what they said. But anyway, I believe you, of course. You follow the news more than me. So Gravenberch is not there. Is there going to be Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones? Is that midfield enough to actually play against Brentford, who play long balls?
McAllister.
And they're going to be deeper, because that's the issue. Like, I've noticed that Liverpool are having like that thing where everybody knows playing against a deep block, we all know, is horrendous when you're the team that needs to be breaking it down. Brentford are not going to play into your hands. They're literally going to sit in there, deep block, kick it long, things like that. And that's just Frankfurt. What were they doing? High line nonsense, kind of stuff. So
they have set pieces now.
No back
Liverpool.
line.
Yeah, it's going to be
Liverpool have set pieces now. Just
set pieces.
they do. I'm being serious.
Nice. I know. I watched yesterday and I was like, oh, those are some nice set pieces. It's almost like
it's also only good for teams that are not Arsenal. So they're only good for the teams that are not Arsenal.
No, but if we just pointed out the fact that Arsenal scored 12 set pieces this season, it isn't taking the piss to say they score a lot of set pieces. It's just a fact.
No, it wasn't.
But you say it as a dig.
In a negative way.
We all know. We all know.
By a lot of people.
We all know.
Yeah.
Say it as a dig.
Well,
at
the end of the day, we know set pieces are a part of football. So you just got to mix it up as best you can.
Yeah, but that's what you're saying, right? Not what the Sky Sports, what other people are saying. The articles are ESPN UK is right, and Arsenal are actually ruining the league by long throws and set pieces. I'm being serious, huh?
We're not even the only team doing long throws.
And I'm not talking you, Drifty. I'm not talking YouTube, Drifty. I'm not talking. I'm talking ESPN articles. Yeah. I'm talking the Athletic articles. I'm just stating that ruining the league by set pieces now. Is that where we are now?
I think what they're talking about is like the fact that it is actually 3 times more or something like factually it's like 3 times more long throws than it has been before or something like that. So I guess
it's good. So why is that bad?
And it's not just us.
Arsenal weren't even top of that list. I think Arsenal were 3rd in the list. I can't remember who. There's 2 teams above Arsenal for long throws. I can't remember who they are.
Spurs, I think. Thomas Frank, of course.
Probably. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, don't even get me started on how they play football. They're boring. Yeah,
I'm telling you, Don, irrelevant. I know that you are from London. I know they are London rivals. They're irrelevant. Spurs, in my lifetime, will never win the league. They are relevant because the stadium is great, because they have good players like Kudos, because they have good fan base. In the grand scheme of things,
top 5? I think they'll get top 5 this season.
No. I live Drifty. I'm old enough to know that there is something called Everton Cup, where Everton used to be the 5th team in England. I remember that in the 2000s, the Everton Cup. Get in top 5. Aston Villa get top 5. Until Spurs go up there and actually try to challenge to win the league consistently, I'm not going to consider them. Bro, I made an Arabic show. I called it top 5. That's no disrespect to Spurs, right? But they are there because of the money. People think I'm doing that to disrespect them or banter. Really, Spurs are, in the grand scheme of things, the Premier League, they're irrelevant, right? They are similar to Aston Villa. You know what I mean? They are similar to Everton back in the days in the 2000s, getting 5th and stuff like this. And that is no disrespect to Spurs fans. You chose to support a club that went global when Pochettino took over, and you had Harry Kane, and you had Vertonghen, and some American, all the stuff. I genuinely don't. I think that Man United will win the league before Spurs win the league. I think that Newcastle win the league before Spurs win the league. Genuinely.
No, not Newcastle. Man U maybe, but not Newcastle.
Unless they change the complete ownership and the way they run the football club. Because I think it's a mentality.
I think they're just there to give money for their investors.
Exactly this. Yeah. It's a club that is run to make money. It's not a club to run. Like there are Arsenal that maybe, the Kroenkes make money. Even Chelsea, right? But Chelsea, the aim at the end for Chelsea, it still might be, we want to reach a Champions League final. We want to win the league at some point. I think for Spurs it's different. Genuinely, that is a genuine talk. I think it's different. As long as the club is afloat, making money.
But the thing is, let's be fair though, innit? Obviously, they've got rid of Levy. Like, let's see what they actually.
Exactly that. If I see that change of approach, Drifty, I'm gonna change my tone on Spurs. But I have seen this movie plenty of times. The guys reach a Champions League final. They were challenging for the league, and they chose to sign nobody. Because
Yeah,
Daniel
no,
Levy said that book.
I get the
balanced.
mentality.
They could have won that day though. They could have won that day. Yeah, like
Not after
even
that.
though Levy-
Not after that
even
handball
though
in the
Levy-
first like 2
Yeah,
minutes.
but they
Penalty in
played-
the
So
first, like, 10
people, here you go.
minutes.
People are
Overall.
upset. Sorry. People are upset, right?
yeah.
Spurs won the league twice, people. I open up Wikipedia and I see how many times Spurs won the league. It's twice. Why would I want to take a team that won the league twice more seriously than Everton? Because they have money, but you don't win with that money. Why? You never won the Champions League. I've seen you once in a Champions League final in my life, right? Like I've seen you twice in a quarterfinal in my life. One with Peter Crouch and Modric, probably when they played AC Milan, and one with Pochettino. So why would I want to take you serious? Why?
For like this whole season until like right now, Spurs have been higher than some of you guys and have been in and around the top, and not a single person has asked, could they do it? I think that just says it all.
Yes, people still think that Man United will make top 5 ahead of them. Like, these guys did this. They were second on the table. Spurs were third, and people will put Man United ahead of them in the top 5. That's how crazy it is. And I'm like, whatever.
But what if their ownership changes? Obviously,
Yeah.
like we're saying, and then they become a little bit more ambitious. I think they can become a scary team, though. If you look at how good their foundations are, their FFP will actually be okay if they get like billionaire owners. So we have to keep an eye on them. Like, we can laugh at them now, but we have to keep an eye on Tottenham if they change ownership.
Yeah, we have
If
to
they
make sure
do
that-
it 100%. I would not, like, listen, I'm not an idiot. If you get an ownership that is ambitious, I'm gonna change how I think about them. But as of now, I'm not even thinking about them for top 5.
Plus,
unless
Thomas Frank,
it's-
you know, if you give
I'd
Thomas,
put Villa
I
over
believe
them.
if you give Thomas Frank the tools, he's a very good coach. Like if they
Yeah,
give him
he
the
is.
tools, he's
I
a
agree.
very
but right now, Drifty though, he's doing some annoying things with the players that he's got, man. You know, he's not really been using the squad correctly. Like they're not they're not really creating the way he's been putting out the team. It's just not. It's imbalanced, man. Like
he's figuring it out, though, and he's just
Yeah,
got there.
you have to
That'll
give him
be-
a chance. Like
Also,
he's in a
Thomas
different
Frank's ever-
league
sorry.
now. He has Tottenham. He has a whole new group of players out. He's not utilizing the same types of players that he had at Brentford. He has a lot more technical players, possession-based players, where like they were totally counterattacky at Brentford. And he's also having to manage being in Champions League for the first time. I really don't think he's ever done that in his career. It's
No,
tough.
he
They
hasn't,
they
yeah.
had to have thought that this was going to be the reality, that there was going to be some teething issues. I think personally, I really like Frank. I think he'll get it right at some stage. Do I think he's the type of manager that's going to be like having them winning stuff? I'm not sure, but I do think he's really a good manager that just needs time. Like he's
no, I agree. Like I like Frank. I rate him. If anything, Chelsea have always struggled against like Brentford teams with Frank, right? But the point I'm making here is it shouldn't take you weeks to realize Xavi's not a good left winger, like a great left winger. He needs to be playing, you know, in the 10. The double pivot for me, I'll probably play Højbjerg and a Paulinho, not a Bentancur and a Paulinho. Kudus is the only guy really in the attack that seems to be really clicking right now. Obviously they've got an injury up top with Solanke. I think with Solanke the team will play better because he can actually link up play. Richarlison and Tell up top. It's like playing with 10 men sometimes, you know.
Yeah, Richarlison's poor. That was a really poor.
I can't believe we're spending that time Spurs, but fine. It's fine.
You can look at Spurs. You can look at Spurs. Yeah, like okay, they're missing Kulu right now, which is a big miss. They're missing Madison right now. That's their creativity gone. But I'm just saying.
Once they get these people, I think they might get better. They might get better.
Yeah, it's true.
Not
But
getting
I'm just
Madison
saying
till the
right
end of
now,
the year,
he can still do better as well. Like Frank can still do better right now.
but the issue
Now
with
let's
him.
go.
Oh, go. No, go ahead. Mo.
Mo does not care about Tottenham, you know.
Okay, we're switching the conversation.
Let's
No,
do it,
I was
let's
just
do it.
gonna say Thomas Frank has a history of actually knowing how to get the best out of strikers, and if they can keep Solanke fit, he's a 15-20 goal season striker. That could be a big factor in if they do anything this season.
Mhm.
They
Yeah,
can
not
get him back.
Højbjerg, sorry. I didn't mean Højbjerg. I meant the
Yeah,
Swedish
Højbjerg's
guy.
not. He's in
Yeah.
Liga.
Bergvall.
Bergvall. Sorry, I always call him Højbjerg. I meant Bergvall. Sorry.
Did Frankfurt play long, high balls against Liverpool? Frankfurt played for 10 minutes, scored a goal, and then just collapsed. That's what he did, to be honest. Empty.
That's Frankfurt
did
in
not-
2025.
They did nothing, Frankfurt, to be honest with you. But
No,
I
you
wanna
know what?
move on.
Frankfurt are the type of team that either batter you or get battered. If you actually look at their results in the Champions League, that's how they play. It's either
5
they
and 5,
batter you
right? Is
or
it
you
5 or
batter them.
5, right? They lost 5 and won 5, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to actually now talk about like the team that is actually playing well with injuries. Chelsea, guys. Someone just texted me that told me that Chelsea only lost 1 game without a record in the last 30 games under Maresca. Only 1 game.
That's the last 6 months.
They lost 1 game in the last 30.
So in the last 30 games or something like this, Don?
In the last 6 months, we've only lost 1 game.
They only lost 1 game.
Oh, who'd you lose that
and they
game
didn't
to?
have a record. City.
We didn't have a red card. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
The red card in that game. You even had
Yeah.
the lead in that game.
Have
Yeah,
you not
Mo,
noticed how many
it's-
red cards there have been in general? Like even in the Champions League this week, there were so many red
There were so
cards. Like,
many.
it's crazy how
Yeah.
many red cards are happening at
Yeah.
the moment.
Are we
Yeah, but-
really
but-
gonna
but-
say
but-
that
but-
like
but-
one of them was in like stoppage time at the end of the game? Like, are we really gonna count that one? Like,
Oh, they lost to Bayern as well. They didn't have a red card. They already lost before the red card. But Chelsea's aspiration is actually try to challenge for the league. Likes of Estevao was playing well. Gittins yesterday played well. I thought Gittins was magnificent yesterday. It was absolutely amazing.
Cook it.
Gui, I don't know if he's gonna be the
Guy. What's Guy? His name's Guy.
Oui.
I'm
Gui,
hearing you say
bro.
Guy.
Gui, yo, anyway, whatever you guys sign, you know. It's another Gil,
Gil,
whatever. Gil. How do you see Chelsea playing now? The defense is solid.
Bro, like again, I was telling you the other week, bro. Like Maresca wasn't doing enough with the squad and the players that he has. Yes, I want Palmer in the team. Yes, I want Delap in the team. Yes, I want Asugo fit. But end of the day, he could still put out a balanced lineup. And now it seems like he's learning. You know, he's starting to trust Gil more, who actually helps the team play a lot better when he's up top. Like yesterday, for example, Enzo, the amount of times Enzo's trying to find him in behind because he's making those runs in behind. You're seeing the goal that he scored as well, bro. That's a typical striker's finish. You know what I mean? He actually played a nice balanced wing pairing as well. Because Estevao is direct, but he's a different type of direct to a Gittins. And in Gittins, as soon as he gets the ball, he's just trying to run at you. You know, and when people were trying to write off Gittins, I was telling you, Mo, like, you got to give the guy a little bit of time because I'm looking at a player right now that's playing within themselves, right? But recently I've been saying, even though it hasn't been pulling off when he's been running at people, at least he's trying. That's the main thing that we bought this guy for. We bought him to be running past players, creating, scoring goals, being, you know, a bit of a chaos in the box, right? And that's exactly what he did yesterday. Buonanotte, he didn't score, he didn't assist yesterday, but he's so tidy in that 10, man. Honestly, he just keeps things together. The way he just gets the ball, you know, he'll find people in space. Even the goal that we scored, he played a part in it as well. The first goal that we scored. Enzo Caicedo, you know what they're all about, Mo. You know, yesterday we didn't even have to start a right back. Caicedo inverted from right back. And we started Lavia. Lavia right now is looking stronger. He's looking fit, man. He was looking good. You know, Hato came in again, adding a little bit of balance on that side. So for me, Mo, the main thing right now is we've got the players to put out a balanced lineup. Let's stop this thing of playing Chalobah at left centre back and playing, you know, Pedro up top where Palmer's not there. Because one thing about Pedro, when Palmer's not there, he tries to be Palmer and our striker, right? When Palmer's there, you see him running in behind more because he doesn't need to do that because Palmer does it, yeah? Whereas Gil, he just stays up. You know what I mean? He stays up, he occupies the centre backs. He's a threat in the air as well. So right now, bro, just keep playing a balanced lineup, man. We've got Sunderland at the weekend. Most of our guys are back. Listen, tough
We're
game.
gonna
Yes.
batter them, I'm telling you.
We're playing at
Chelsea
home.
are gonna
We're playing at home.
batter Sunderland. I'm just
We're
telling
playing
you.
at
Jess
home.
is Granted, Xhaka has something for him.
Aye, listen, you can keep hoping. But listen, João Pedro in the 10 with Enzo Caicedo behind him, Gio up top. Neto played a very good game against Forest. Him on the left, Estevao on the right. It's cooking settings in attack. You know what I mean? We're scoring goals right now. We just need to keep the goals that we're conceding down. You know?
Yeah, we'll see. Like, to be honest, Caicedo for me is becoming one of my favorite players to watch, actually, always. He's
Player,
very
man.
good. Like, he's very,
He's
very
so
good.
He's
Lavia
so
played well yesterday. You know what? I was thinking about this yesterday, and people were talking about, oh, Caicedo should not be compared to Declan Rice, should be compared to, what's his name?
Mendy.
Zubamendi, yes, as a DM. I think they're very close to each other, actually, in terms of when I'm watching both of them. I think they are close to each other. Zubamendi is better in passing, is better in finding these through balls, the spots up top, you know. Caicedo's better defensively, of course. But that Chelsea, João Pedro, when Palmer is back, I'm not sure if he has a spot in the team, to be honest with you. I actually don't know. if he has a spot in the
Who,
team.
who?
Joao Pedro.
Oh, of course he does.
Because Delap is going to be the front and then Palmer is going to be the 10. Joao Pedro is not.
It depends, though. It depends on who you're
would
playing.
say Pedro's got a better shot than Delap.
No. They can play
Delap's
together.
on the
You
line.
know that Joao Pedro has 6 games without a shot on target, right? 6 games.
Yeah, I've just told you. Like, there's context to that. There's some games, for example, we played Man United. He was the best attacker on the pitch, but who's he got to link up with?
It's Man
right?
United.
Again, against Brighton, regardless of Man United or not, I've seen Pedro, when he drops deep, he cooks. But like I've said to you lot, I'm telling you, go look at that goal that we scored against PSG, yeah, when Palmer was playing and created for him. Joao Pedro was on his bike. When Palmer's not there, he doesn't do that. He likes to come and do what Palmer does rather than staying up top. He gets bored up there, you know, and that's where I'm looking at Maresca and saying, yo, you got to manage it better now. You got to use Gil because Pedro is not staying up top. He keeps running away from his position. So it's no surprise he's not shooting because he's nowhere near the box. You know what
Chelsea
I mean?
Chelsea faced Arsenal, I think, in like 5 games after the international break. At that time, it depends on the difference on the table. It's supposed to be the same, like 5 points between both teams. This is what where Liverpool are and where Man City are. I don't know if that's gonna be like the top 2 teams playing each other. Chelsea looking all right. You're not
Four wins on the bounce, mate. 4 wins on the bounce.
I don't know. Like I'm watching Chelsea and you're looking good. Forest, yes, you looked good against Liverpool. You looked good against Liverpool. I still not fully behind Maresca to trust him fully that he's actually gonna make you challenge for the title, to be honest. Because of
He's got bro, don't start Chalobah right now and don't start tossing right now, please. Those guys need to be on the bench, right? I'd rather we keep playing Josh because Josh Achimpong's actually done well. Again, he came on yesterday, he did very well, right? Fofana, he's looking fit right now. You play him. Hato, use him on the left side more often as well, you know. But Tosin and Chalobah, I'm sorry. I don't want to be starting those guys right now because them two as a pairing is a car crash.
I want to ask Drifty this about Chelsea. Are you taking Chelsea into account for the title race? You mentioned Liverpool, you mentioned City, but you never mentioned Chelsea. Are you taking them into account?
Nah, not quite. I think they'll be top 4 easy, but going all the way for the... I don't know. Again, we watched Chelsea be really, really good up until January and then play poorly last season in the last couple of months. So again, I'll have to see what they're like at the end of the season. I think Pedro, I love Pedro. I would have took Pedro at Liverpool, but I think he's used to playing off of a player, like when he was with Brighton with Welbeck. It might take him a little while to adjust to actually knowing he's got to be like Don's right, like he's got to be the man rather than dropping off and being the supplier. Bro, you got to stay up there because he's capable. He's great at finishing. He's clutch as hell. Like Joao Pedro actually went under the radar, I think, with a lot of people. He is a very, very good player.
Very good finisher. That's why
the best way. Yeah, his finishing is class. When he shoots, he scores. He just don't shoot a lot. That's the problem with Pedro.
Yes.
But when he shoots, he scores. Like he's a very good player. So if he can learn to like actually be on the last man and be more of a striker, I think he's like a 15, 20 goal a season striker. He just got to learn that. So it's like Chelsea is still trying to figure it out, but not this year. Maybe next year they can win the league. I don't think they can win it this year, though.
The question was about competing.
I think next year is probably the year they start making the title turn.
Now, Chelsea will compete. I reckon around February, March, they'll definitely be comfortably top 4, maybe about 5 points off the top, maybe something like that. But actually going all the way and winning, I don't quite think they can go all the way.
What it is for me, Drifty, last season, right? When you look at Liverpool's second half of the season, you guys were not great. You were dropping points left, right, and center. But the problem, the reason why you ended up winning the league in the end is because Arsenal weren't using that to their advantage. And Chelsea, like you said, we had a massive period where we played Everton, Ipswich, Fulham. We just kept losing. But over that period, the amount of chances, that we kept missing was scandalous. Maresca wasn't amazing during that time. Like, he kept fucking about. But at the same time, Jackson just missing. Madueke just missing. Palmer just missing, right? If we had a finisher during that time, we would have competed a lot longer than what we did. And that's why I'm looking at the context of this season a lot differently, because I'm looking at our attack. We have more goals in this team than what we did last season, right? At the end of the day, as much as our defense needs to be patterned, goals win you games, yeah? Last season, we were
how do you have more goals than last season?
Because we've got better finishers in the team. Esteval is a goal threat, right? Delap is a much better finisher than Jackson. Pedro is a much better finisher than Jackson. Gil is a better striker than Jackson. Yeah, I'm looking at again. Esteval can add numbers. Enzo Fernandez.
No, the problem is I compare it. You have to compare it to other teams, Don. You have to compare it to other teams. To Isak, Ekitike, to Gyökeres, Havertz, Saka.
Holland.
We have scored the second most amount of goals, and we've had 3 red cards more, right? So we're doing something correct, like at the minute, clearly, yeah. And like I said, we've added something else to our game, which is set pieces, yeah. If you look at the chart, the crosses that Esteval was putting in yesterday, bro, sensational, yeah. A little word on Esteval as well. This guy is fucking unbelievable, yeah. Unbelievable player. People were trying to cook me when I was telling them this guy can start for Chelsea right now, even before he came into the team. I was talking about him from last season. They're telling me give him a little bit of time, and I said, no, man, I've been watching this guy. I know what he's all about. He's got nearly 100 appearances in Brazil already. It's not like we're bringing man from the reserves, yeah? He's going to cook in this team. Gittins with confidence like yesterday, he's going to cook in this team. We didn't even have to play Garnacho yesterday. Keep him on the bench if you need to. You know what I mean? So for me, Drifty, this season, we will score more goals than last season.
Me too. I was like checking my headset. I was checking my headphones.
Trust me, you don't want to play Garnacho. That's probably why you want to.
Are you talking? Okay. Listen, Esteval is fantastic. Is great. Is he like, for example, is he better than Doku, for example, as a winger? Is he better than Doku?
He will score more goals than Doku. He will score more goons than Doku. That guy. That guy is sitting on.
Patch is over. We don't need to talk about him anymore.
That guy is sitting on 4 goals he's sitting on 3 goals in his past 4 games for Brazil and Chelsea. Okay. Yeah? So already, if you want to talk about his GNA this season, West Ham assist, right? Liverpool winning goal, yeah. He scored 2 for Brazil, scored a brace for Brazil, the last break, right? He scored yesterday the penalty, fantastic penalty, by the way, yeah. Like, and he got he played a big part in the goal we scored against Forest off the bench. You know, every time we get a red card, he's the one that has to keep coming off. So in minimal minutes, he's got like 5 GA already. You know what I mean? 5-6 GA already.
So Esteval is great. Delap is fantastic. João Pedro is fantastic. Gittins is amazing. Best DM, second best DM.
He said Garnacho is in there too. Don't forget Garnacho.
Yeah, as much as people don't like Garnacho, he added numbers to that United team. I'm sure he can do the same here. You know, as much as I didn't want the guy, we know Garnacho adds numbers to teams. Let's be real here.
I don't know that.
Why did Chelsea buy Garnacho? I don't know. It is so baffling.
It's not baffling at all. It's not baffling at all.
No.
It's not baffling at all. That 90 million, they need to recoup some of that 90 million. Garnacho for 40 million, if he bangs in any number of goals, Atletico Madrid, he's Argentinian, Diego Simeone, they'll come knocking for 50, 55 million pounds. They made 10, 15 in 1 year. That's it, Drifty. It's a very simple game. You do that. They did that with Renato Vega. They bought Renato Vega for 11, sold him for 22. Very simple game.
You know, it's a lot of
people. By the way, I'm going to tell you something. Don, and I'm going to call out Don here. He was talking about Renato Vega being a very good player. And I think he's a good player. But his club didn't seem to think like that. They're like, loan him to Juventus and then sell him.
I think him and Maresca fell out, though, because he obviously wanted to leave in January. Yeah, because when Cole got injured, I said, bro, just bring Vega back into the team. Don't worry about signing another centre-back. Just bring him back. But I think
it's profit. You know that Garnacho.
Nah, man.
One of Garnacho and Gittins is not going to be part of the team within 1 year.
You said Vega. Hold on. You just asked me about Vega. Why are you back to Garnacho? Talking about Vega.
We moved on from Vega. That was part of the. Vega's not your player.
You said the club. You said the club didn't believe in him or whatever. I think that was more to do with Maresca. I think Maresca didn't really fuck with him. But Garnacho, it's a win-win, bro. He doesn't do well here. He'll get sold. But for me, using him off the bench and whatnot, I think he's a good squad player. I think our strongest starting wingers are probably Esteval on the right and Neto on the left. Yeah, but Gittins playing like this right now, he'll find his way in the lineup quickly, man, because he's a good profile to have.
I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I get that you have to give a little prop to your players, your wingers, whatever. But like Gittins and Garnacho versus like Savinho and like Marmoush if he plays on the left wing, like it's really not. It's not giving what I feel like what it needs to give. Like I hear your words, but I'm like, it's Garnacho and Gittins. Do you know what I mean? And I know that Gittins did well against like Ajax, but like, I don't know.
This is inconsistent too. But I watched him last year.
I never said he's consistent. That's why I've said to you, for me, right now, start Neto on the left and you start Esteval on the right. I think Neto off the ball is fantastic. And on it right now, you know, against Forest, he did really well. He was probably man of the match. Him or Reed.
That was Ange's for us, though. Like everybody
The
was
other bit
battering
of
them.
It
Y'all
does-
got
it-
lucky you got to play whoever
You
got to
still,
play.
you still got to do what you've got to do. You know, you still got to do what you've got
Sean
to do.
Dyche for us.
No, I agree. You have to do what you have to do. But the only other bit of context that I would add here for Chelsea is, yes, you guys are playing well and you're playing better than you did before. But I think you really had like the easiest set of games, these first 8 games, than like anyone else. And so we'll see how you guys do when you get some more difficult fixtures. Cause I think you're the only team that hasn't played have you guys played 2 teams that finished top 6 last season yet?
Liverpool, so we'll beat them at home. Who else is there?
That's it.
Obviously, we
Yeah,
had a
they
tough
dropped
game.
points
Yeah,
to,
but
like,
I'm
Fulham
gonna
and
tell you.
Brentford.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
give
I
you
mean,
the.
I think people are over.
Guys,
hold on,
guys, stop.
yeah? Like, when it comes to the teams that we've faced so far, like obviously we haven't
No, I
gone
hear
to
you.
Anfield away. We haven't gone Anfield away. We haven't gone actually we've gone Old Trafford, to be fair, right? But in terms of the teams we've played, for me the worst team we've played probably is West Ham. Yeah, Forest obviously, yeah, with Ange and whatnot. But the other teams we faced are not easy. Like Fulham is not easy. Yeah,
I'm not
looked at the
saying that they're
Jess,
easy.
Jess. I'm looked at the fixture. Man,
Yeah.
just give me like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Stop me when you think that Chelsea might drop points. Sunderland at home. Spurs away. Do you think Chelsea might not win that game? Thomas Frank? Might be a draw. Chelsea
Yeah,
are not
they did.
losing that game.
Mhm.
And then they play Wolves. Then they play Burnley. Chelsea have winnable
That's
games
a
for the
nice
next 12
run.
points. That's a
I'm
very
not,
nice run, man.
I'm not talking about what they have coming up. I'm saying looking at the group of fixtures that they've had so far, that everybody has to play the same amount. I'm just saying in terms of like we've had a really difficult schedule. That's all I'm saying is we'll see how you look against, when you have to play City and, Newcastle.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine, Jeff. But at the end of the day,
No,
we
Newcastle
played-
are not very
I don't
good
feel like
this
I've
year,
said
though.
anything illegal right now. That's
No,
all.
you
I
haven't.
added a little bit of context. And before that, I said you guys have been playing better.
You haven't yet. But what my point here is, even though we've played these, lesser teams,
Yeah.
we haven't been, free flowing the way we was last season. Because again, Maresca wasn't really putting out balanced lineups. When you play Chalobah, for example, our left centre back, it kills our left hand side because he doesn't use his left foot. He hates it. He will see Cucurella in space, or he will see Garnacho or Gittins. Instead of playing it to him, he'll go back to Sanchez. He puts Sanchez under pressure. Sanchez will go long. Now we've lost the ball, right? Whereas Badiashile, you saw Badiashile drifting the passing from the back on his left foot, right? Hato on his left foot, Cole on his left foot. Play a balanced lineup, and our team will play better. I honestly believe that we can win all those games that Mo mentioned, but it's all about Maresca, picking out the right balanced team.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we'll
He's
see.
a good player as well.
Hato was good yesterday.
Hato. He's good, but again, yesterday's game was easy, guys. 10 men, early red card at Stamford Bridge. Ajax folded.
Why did they get a red card?
Ajax are at the
Why
bottom
did
of
they
the
get a red
This is
table.
what I'm saying.
Champions
I'm
League.
What do you
literally
mean? Why did
the
that get
very
a red card?
bottom.
Because the guy is
Played
stupid.
over
Did you see
time.
the tackle? The guy literally lunged to get it was his ball. He did that whatever roulette thing, the guy, and then he lunged to get his ball, and he literally almost broke Bonanotti's foot.
No, he nearly broke. That reminded me of Eduardo. That reminded me of Eduardo against
He almost broke Bonanotti's ankle, completely studs above the ankle, almost broke his shin completely.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he nearly broke it. He nearly broke it.
guy-
But if you've been watching Faku, you know he wins a lot of fouls. That's one thing about that guy. He's so nippy on the ball. When people go in to go get the ball off of him, he will just release it. He gets fouled. So end of the day, you can't really look at it and say, "Oh, it was 10 men." They literally
It
went
was
down to
10 men, though, but it
They
was
literally
10
went-
men.
They went down to 10 men because the fucking pressure we put on their ass, right? And we still had to make sure that we opened them up the way that we did. You know what I mean? So it could have been even more than 5 goals.
Listen, it could have been more. It could have been 8 or 9 or whatever. Like you have had so many
Might should've
many
done that for goal
chance.
difference.
So 5
Yeah.
goals last game, 3 goals the game before that, 2 against Liverpool. Like, goals aren't our problem right now. Goals are not our problem right now. And we haven't got Palmer.
Well, goals are a problem for you when you face like those, like the Brentfords and the Fulhams when they set up that block against you guys.
And it was a
We
lost
literally
part,
beat
guys.
Fulham. We literally beat Fulham 2-0. We literally beat Fulham 2-0, and we literally scored 2 goals against Brentford.
I wanted to just to touch on the Salah situation with Liverpool. Does everybody here think that Salah should be dropped for Liverpool and not starting games?
Yes.
On
Yes.
400k? No
Yes.
question about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't play a player just because of who he is. If his form is poor, then you have to.
So you agree? So you think Isak should be dropped because Ekitike is better?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I think if they were
Ekitike
both
fits
fit, you
Liverpool
play
a
them
lot better
together.
than Isak.
You play them
You
together.
can't
if they're
drop both
both
of them,
fit.
right?
You can't play both of them together every game.
Who,
Not
Ekitike
worth.
and Isak? Yeah.
No.
If you change the formation, you can play Ekitike and Isak together. You just have to change the formation, like we did yesterday. I think it would work. I think they'd make a good partnership. But obviously, we won't know now because Isak's out for a little while. So, but no, I wouldn't bring Mo back in. I definitely wouldn't bring.
So
him
who
back in.
starts on the right side then?
Wow.
Salah.
Who would I personally would keep Chiesa on the right. Chiesa's
That's
earned the right to play.
Mo
Chiesa's
Salah
been
being
really
benched
good
for
this season.
Chiesa in 2025.
Yeah, that's what I was
Wow.
gonna say. That's pretty dark. Like that's dark.
It's a
You can
dark
get
timeline.
dropped for Isak, but getting dropped like
But Chiesa's a good player though.
he is a good player, but he's your come off of the bench and kind of guy. I can
No,
see
No, but that
that
was
if I'm
just because
Salah,
he had
if
a
I'm
bad
Salah,
first
I'm
year.
offended. I'm just saying, if I'm Salah, I'm offended. If Chiesa
But the way
starts,
Salah's been playing, he can't be offended. He's been trashed this season. You have to call a
he
spade a
looks like
spade. He
he's
might
already
be the GOAT
offended.
and he's a wonderful player, but this is the first time he's ever had poor form in 9 years. He's had little spells where he's been like not himself, but this is actually like a really poor spell, and he's never had that before. It's took 9 years for it to happen. So who can have a go at him? But it's still the reality. He can't play right now. He's a hindrance on the way we play because he doesn't press well.
Same as
He's a
McAllister.
hindrance on the play. Yeah, no, McAllister and Salah are actually two of the players who shouldn't be playing. And they're both absolute top quality players that when they're on form, get into most teams. But at the moment, they're not playing well enough. So they
And
can't play.
differently, most shameless, he's trying to throw more people under the bus.
But I'm
Oh,
telling
with
you,
the
I'm telling you.
with the- no,
Okay,
but
the
McAllister
difference-
has
poor.
been. He's been terrible.
people think that I defend Salah because I'm Egyptian, right?
Yes,
You know
yes,
I kind of do think that, but
yes. I do think that. I'm not gonna cap. I do.
But that's
And
natural,
you never
though.
prop up
That's
Marmoush
gonna-
either.
You
that's
asked
gonna
Mo,
happen
You had a
anyway.
favorite.
Let's be real about it. Let's be real about it. Come on, Mo. You
I'm
do it.
hurt.
It's
I'm hurt.
Egyptian
No,
bias. Come on, man.
defending
Egyptian
your
bias, let's be
countrymen,
real.
like that's admirable.
No, but the way you guys think for example, I falsify information
no,
to actually defend them.
You just trying to throw someone else under the bus. Well, how about McAllister? Well, how about McAllister? We're talking about Salah right now. We'll
But
get back
I was about to say that you don't play on merit because you were one of the best players last season or the season before.
Literally
Salah
the best player
Salah
last season
should have been
in the
dropped.
league.
And I genuinely believe what Salah did yesterday to Vert when he didn't give him the ball and square it. That's fucking
No, that
selfish.
was criminal.
That deserves a 2-game ban
That was
and a
criminal.
fine by Liverpool because that was
Do you know what the problem? You know what the
I'm not
problem
gonna
with
just
Mo
sit
is?
here and defend Mohamed Salah blindly, guys. Salah
No,
is good and
from a
everything.
Liverpool-
He's been awful, guys. Like I've been audit, like he's been horrible. Guys, the guy
you know
cannot
what? I
dribble,
think
cannot
I
pass,
think
cannot
he's
shoot.
struggling, yeah. I personally think that Mo was struggling with the idea of not being the main man. And I think every GOAT goes through that. We've watched Cristiano and other players who are on that level or better. You all go through it. He's 33 now, and I think he's struggling with the idea that he ain't the man. And because, see, for me personally, I think it's admirable when you get players that are willing to do like a Modric, where it's like, I'll stay at a big club, but I'll be on the bench because I realize I'm at that stage of my career. Mo, I don't think he's willing to do that. And that's where the issue might come in because we're linked with Elise, right? The only reason I don't think we'll sign Elise is because I know Mo won't sit on the bench. So unless Mo leaves, we won't sign Elise. Does that make sense? But I wish Mo was the type of player who, and maybe he will get used to the idea. But right now, I think he's thinking, hold on a minute. I've been the main guy for so many years. I am a top player. It's not about me anymore. I don't like it. But check your ego, Mo. Put it away and become a team player like we know you are for the most part. We'll see. If he's still having this kind of attitude problem in a few months, then maybe it'll be an issue.
I think
Right
he's
now, I
gonna
just
destroy
think
his
he's
legacy
attacked.
this season. Genuinely believe that, guys.
No, you can never destroy
Father
your
Time
legacy after
I
half
think
a
he
year.
will.
I'm not with
Everyone.
I
y'all.
think he will.
You guys will turn on your own so quick.
No,
You guys
we
Bro,
might.
I-
The guy who carried you last
bro,
season.
bro,
That is
Drifty,
Drifty, I'm gonna tell you, the Scousers and the Liverpool fans online will turn on him when he becomes selfish, grumpy, annoyed, doesn't talk to the media the right
No,
way.
but he
remove
will deserve
Liverpool.
it if he does that. If he starts throwing strops and doing all that stuff, then he'll deserve criticism.
And
'cause
you know that
nobody
Salah
wants
does
to
this,
play
bro. He
him
got
like that.
benched against Jurgen Klopp, didn't want to shake his hand. Just one game. Just one game.
No,
bro.
but you know what? That type of attitude.
Is
there,
that you know what? I'm gonna tell you
You
something.
can let that go for a
Egyptians
one
are
game.
not picky
the
like
time,
this.
then no.
He's fucking petty, bro. I love Mohamed Salah. He's my guy. Listen, Egyptian legend and everything. He's petty, bro. Yesterday he came on the pitch and I'm like, I'm not passing to any motherfucker out here. I'm fucking scoring for
Yeah,
myself. You know
didn't like
that, right?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
It's just been a couple months, right? Like last season, he was phenomenal. Literally led you guys forward and all that. He had an exemplary season, and now he's getting paid dust by Slot. Like that has to be so. That must shake you to your core. I think at some stage, like it'll calm down, but like right now, he's offended. He's shook.
And the crazy thing is, what he's got to just remember is, even though he's a phenomenal goal scorer, he's also a brilliant chance creator and assister. Bro, just go into your assist bag. Just stop worrying about being the top goal scorer anymore. That's what I'm saying. He needs to just switch mentality, and it will take time. It ain't gonna happen overnight.
Do you think? I mean, genuinely think
time
he can?
will tell.
Go ahead, Dom.
Yeah, I because he's a model professional. I think eventually he'll come around. I do. But he, you know, this is all new for him. He was a Ballon d'Or contender 2 months ago. Now people are saying that he shouldn't play. It's a lot for him to accept in a short space of time. So,
and we know he's online. We know.
Boy, I mean, I'm looking at
his profile picture.
Before I even go drifty, yeah, let's just finish up with your set of fixtures, right? Because boy, it's looking kind of dark over there, you know. So they've got Brentford next away, then they've got Palace at home in the Carabao Cup, then they've got Villa at home. Game. Yeah, Villa at home. They've got Real Madrid at home after that, Man City away after that, and then you've got Forest at home. But it's Deitch now. Yeah, it's not Ange.
Not Ange,
right?
Yeah.
You know, so boy, you got some tough games coming up the next few game weeks, man, before the next break.
No, for sure. I mean, it depends which type of mood we're in for the Real Madrid game in terms of like with that, because I think that City game is the more important one of the two. Obviously, I want to beat Real Madrid and you want to play well, but that'll be Champions League game 4. There'll be still 4 games left to turn it around and we drop points in that one. But City is a rival for the league, so that game kind of holds more weight. So it'll be interesting to see what team we put out for Real Madrid with that City game only a few days afterwards. But Brentford and Villa, trust Villa to come into form when we got to play them. They were trash for the opening 3 or 4 games, and now they're starting to play well. Ironically, City have got them this weekend as well, so it'll be really interesting to see how Villa play against. I think that'll be a big game.
I'm just going to tell you something. They won the last 6 games, Aston Villa.
No, Villa played that.
Why are y'all talking about Tottenham making the top 5? Villa's running up there, gonna snatch that spot.
6 consecutive games of wins is not easy to put together. 6 consecutive wins is not easy.
Yeah, and you see how the agendas change because everyone's quick to jump on Emery. When he loses a few games, everybody, I told you he was a fraud, but no one wants to sing his praises when he's doing well. There's a weird love-hate relationship with Emery in the Premier League. It's so strange.
He's just an average coach, to be honest with you.
No, he's a very good coach.
He's better in cups.
He's good. He's good until we say, "Do you want him at your club?" And then you guys are like, "No." Like you don't like him that much.
I'll take Emery over quite a lot of other managers, though.
Yeah, I would have took him off the potch, man.
Yeah, I think Emery 4 European titles. You can't be an average manager with 4 European titles.
No, you can, Adia. You can, of course.
Yeah.
No, how can you be average with
100% you can, Drifty. It's very simple. He actually coached Sevilla or Villarreal and won titles. Went to PSG, failed. Went to Arsenal, failed. He's not a great coach in the big teams.
Or did he fail at PSG or did he? Because he won one
league.
Didn't
he lose the league?
Everybody wins Liga, though.
He won the league.
Or PSG always win Liga.
Guys,
and if I'm not
mistaken,
mistaken,
you failed.
No, but add the context, guys. That Monaco team was amazing.
I would take Arteta over him. I take Maresca over him.
Oh, you like Maresca that much?
Bernardo Silva, Fabinho, Mbappe.
He's inexperienced, of course, Maresca, but I would trust
Maresca's inexperienced.
I would take Maresca's inexperienced.
Getting it on the job. He won 2
What does that mean?
Maresca's an inexperienced coach.
At what?
At football. At football. He's an inexperienced coach at football.
He's inexperienced in the champs. I'd say he's inexperienced in the champs. I wouldn't call him inexperienced. Like
he's literally has 2. He has 2 full campaigns under his belt.
One of them.
You know how many games he's managed for? Do you know how
Unlike
many games
some
he's
other
managed?
managers who can't even make cup finals.
How many
He's managed
games?
a lot of games for us. You can't really call Maresca like you're making him sound like what just a championship manager now. Like he's past that.
I never said that.
Yeah.
I never
I'm
said
saying.
that. He's
Yeah,
an
yeah,
That's what he's
inexperienced.
saying. Yeah, he's inexperienced.
Why
man.
is
I've
it
seen the
so?
champ, yeah.
Why you can't take any like? It's not a dig. He's an
How's
inexperienced manager.
things are doing this year, by the way? How are you not doing in the league, by the way?
We're ahead of you in the Champions League, and we're second in the
Well,
league.
how are
in
you doing
first
in the league?
place this
How
weekend,
are
We're
you
right?
doing in the
second.
league?
We're
You're
You
second
could be
high,
in first place
highest
this weekend.
top scorers in our league. And if we face you in the
you're
Champions
cooking.
League, you got no chance. I promise you this.
Oh, okay. We've got no chance, bro. We can
You
never
got,
get to a
bro,
final.
I'm gonna
We
tell you,
can
it
never
doesn't matter.
get to a final, yeah, and get dog-eat five by
It doesn't
5 goals.
matter. But get to the
Don't worry.
final first. Let's get to the final first, and then we'll talk.
How dare you turn up to the
Hey,
final?
Hey,
and
some
lose by
teams
5
don't know how
goals?
to make finals.
You just make the final
I'm
first.
saying, bro. Yeah, Kelk
Also,
knows what time it is. when it comes to
I
finals.
hope
Hey,
that
Chelsea,
we
Kelk.
listen.
Yeah,
I don't
Kelk,
want to
you know,
face Chelsea.
you know what time it is when it
Hey,
comes
we
to
beat
Champions
most
League
team in the
finals.
final, so
I don't want to face Chelsea, right? Because I'm
Yeah.
not like you. I don't want to face the top teams. I want the easiest route to every single final in the history.
Same.
I love
Yeah.
it. Shameless.
I'm not about that life. Give me the
Yeah.
tough teams. I want to
Yeah.
play the easiest teams to win the competition. Nobody remembers who you played. When you reach a final, you win it. Nobody fucking gives a fuck. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, nobody's talking about Liverpool winning against Spurs. They have a Champions League under their belt. Good enough. That's all what matters, bro.
Oh yeah, 100%. The irony
Yeah,
is
I
the team
don't-
we beat in the Champions League was Klopp's worst final. The 3 finals Klopp lost. The team played amazing and he didn't
Yeah.
win. And then we had a terrible performance against Tottenham and we
Serious,
won.
man.
So it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Simply, let me do this before we get out of here. Chelsea among 6 played the dustiest team in the Champions League.
No, I mean
we
they
took
did play
advantage of
Bayern
that.
Munich. That's a good team, but
Yeah, they
I
played
mean
good
I don't know who they played
First game
outside
back.
of Ajax and Bayern Munich.
They play Benfica.
Our first
Oh, yeah,
game back in the
Benfica,
UCL.
they're trash.
Yeah, Newcastle.
Chelsea are a
wiped
cup team, though. I think we all have to accept.
Yeah, and
even if you
Newcastle
don't,
are poor and they absolutely
even if you
bitch-slapped
don't want to
Benfica
admit it, if
yesterday.
you get Chelsea in a cup game, you're like, oh shit.
I'm gonna tell you
They're
something.
they're
You know
very
what?
good in the cup.
You know what? That's underlying stats say otherwise. Last
What
season
about them being
It-
good in the cup?
Who?
about them being bad in the league, and more a cup team. Last season, actually, Chelsea in the stat sheet. Yes, they had this Maresca open up defensively, not doing well, but in that time, the system was creating chances. Jackson was just missing them. The system, they still were the second highest position based team. They still were the completed passes. They were third in the league. You know what I mean? Like the stats show that Maresca had system. And when the players deliver on the pitch and they have shooting boots, they get the points. Because I went and checked all the underlying stats for Chelsea. Defensively, though, last season, they ended the season well, but they had a massive dip. But he's fixing that now because last season, Fernandes and all the forward line, they're doing like you, Drifty. You know, luxury players, they don't contribute defensively. But he's fixing that now by having the wingers track back, having Enzo Fernandez getting included in the defense,
No,
by
but
having
I think
everyone getting
Chelsea are-
included.
I think Chelsea are a cup team historically, not even just recently. If you
I'm
go through
talking
their
about this
history,
team. I'm
they're
analyzing this team.
they're a cup team historically. They always
Yeah,
do well.
that's
in
true.
cup
That's true.
competition.
Yeah.
Because they won the
I think-
Champions
I think-
League
I
one
think-
season when they finished 8th in
Agreed.
the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And even
I think
before,
you're
even
right.
before
I think
Abramovich
you're
brought them
right.
Look
out,
at the
they
stats.
were
Go
a
look
cup
at the
team.
stats, how Chelsea play, ball position, where they have the ball, the amount of chances they create, especially last season. You'll see them very consistent. Right? Even with the games when they were losing, very consistent, right?
Exactly.
Now you go look defensively, they started the season well, right? And then they had a massive dip in chances conceded. They had a massive dip in goals conceded in the middle of the season. That is because he opened up. He trusted his team more than he should. So the wingers don't track back and no defensive. And then he tightened up. He got Champions League. This season, he did it a couple of times, right? But you watch Chelsea now, kind of steady Eddie. You know, it's very, very like steady
Yeah,
in their games.
we needed to stabilize though, man. Because bro, man, are just Santos, bro, like some loose touch against Brighton. You know, Garnacho sleeping at the back post, everyone attacking one player at the front post against Brentford. Yes, it was offside, but it was poor defending. Drifty, if you go check most of the underlying metrics, Mo's right. From last season, we were basically second to you in most of the metrics. But the difference is you had Salah and Gakpo taking their chances. We had Jackson and Madueke and Palmer missing so many chances. That was the major difference. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying to you. That's what I said to you earlier. For me, this season, we've got more goals in this team. I see us
Who
scoring
are you
more goals.
winning the league then, Don?
Hey, we'll see. We'll see about that. Just
That's
come
why
back to me.
Drifty last
saying.
season,
You always
Texas
get into this
created
and then you
two
don't stand
Chelsea
on
players. That's why last
I don't
season,
think we're
guys,
favorites. I don't think we're favorites to win the league. Of course not. You
you're
know,
not
I think
favorites.
But can
yeah,
you? Can
I
you?
said, are you gonna win it?
can we, boy? I mean, listen. We just gotta keep plugging away and make sure that we're not too far from whoever's first.
So
Come
yes.
that point.
Do you know why you can't win it, bro? It's because you kept Sanchez in goal. That is gonna baffle me forever. I have no idea why you.
It's been steady recently, man. I can't lie. We're not really speaking much
Why
about
do
it.
people do this? Like, people
Can I ask
improve.
Drifty a question?
Ramsdale, like, guys, Ramsdale joined Arsenal. He was an okay goalkeeper. Suddenly, within one season, Mikel Arteta made him the guy that challenged for the title with him. He was building from the back. He was saving. He was having this. If it wasn't for Saliba injury, and I'm going to say this, right? If it wasn't for Saliba getting injured and Thomas Partey getting injured at the end of the 22-23 season, Ramsdale might have been sitting here a champion.
But
happened.
Arteta got rid of him
No.
no more, so clearly he wasn't that good because
He
literally
wanted
Arteta got
better.
rid of him.
forgot
You
Ryan
always
beat-
can get
beat
better.
them
You know, you
when
always
they
can
had
get better,
Saliba. You
Drifty.
forgot that.
My
But
point about it,
Sanchez,
your goalkeeper, but Raya is one of the best in the world currently. One of the best in the world, right? So Arteta
Bro.
moved from someone that is good to someone that is better. Sanchez, even though he makes, if you watch Sanchez, number one shot stopping, again, the guy has much better shot stopping percentage than Donnarumma, for example. In the Prem, by the way, let me just tell you this: in the Prem versus League A, which supposedly easier league, right? So how is Sanchez having better save percentage than Donnarumma? Forget
No,
the
no, but
Champions
you
League.
know, Mo, you know what the difference is for the top
Donnarumma
goalkeepers?
hadn't faced
In the
very many
Club
shots.
World Cup,
Is
in his
save
career.
percentage really like what we need to be looking at? I feel like it's.
What do we need to be looking at, Jess? What do we need to be looking at? What do we need to be looking
I
at?
think you have to use your eyes as goalkeeper.
Okay, what do we need to be looking at, Jess, then?
I feel like you need with the goalkeeper. I genuinely think you need to look with like actually use your eye test because like save percentage could be. I would imagine that Raya doesn't have maybe the best save percentage all the time because we'll face like one or two chances and like I feel like if you're getting battered, you're gonna have a higher one. Like if you're a good goalkeeper,
We don't get battered though, yes. We don't get
How
battered.
many
The
chances
quality
you
of
face?
shot
too?
as well.
He saves a lot
You're
of the
gonna have
shots.
a
that he
lower
takes.
percentage if you don't face a lot of shots. And I wanted to
But
ask
we
Drifty,
don't-
do you think
we
Chelsea
don't-
win
we
the
don't
league
face-
with
we
Sanchez
don't
or
get
Donnarumma?
battered. Yeah, but we don't.
Oh,
get,
if Chelsea had Donnarumma, I'd give them a much higher chance of winning the league. Way
That's what
higher
I'm
chance.
saying.
And I said that when Donnarumma was available.
Yeah,
I said if Chelsea got Donnarumma, I'd be
You know
scared
what
of
it is
him.
with
He came to my
Sanchez.
team instead, and my team.
I don't know about all that, man. I don't know about all
Like,
that, man.
my team
We
hasn't
need-
lost
we need
a game
we
with
need better
Donnarumma in
and Sanchez. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, recently, Sanchez hasn't been a problem recently. Yes, he fucked up against United, but he's been steady. I'll be real. He's been steady, man. His cross collection so
No, but
underrated.
you know, if you're going into one of those like games, like say you got a semi-final in the Champions League, and it's like you're away at the Bernabeu. Sanchez is that type of goalie where the pressure gets to. Do you get what I mean? Like
Yeah, but
that's
look
what I
at
mean
the-
when I
the
say,
Club World
can
Cup,
you
man.
get the big trophies with him in goal? Like,
It's-
I know
it's a question
Donnarumma
mark.
can handle that pressure. He's proved he can handle that pressure. Would
Mm-hmm.
Sanchez handle that? I don't know. I don't know, man.
Drifty, the thing is, listen, it's fair for you to feel like that because we've seen Sanchez make some blunders. Like I can't argue against that. But look at the performance in the Club World Cup final, bro. We don't win that game without the way Sanchez was playing those passes from the back. Even some of the saves he was making, yeah. If you remember the second half, bro, he saved a chance when I think it was 2-0 up at that point. Actually, it was early in the game, so they could have potentially even come back. He was good. He got the best save percentage in the Club World Cup. He got the Golden Glove in that comp as well. It's just all up here, Drifty, with that guy. Because he has the fundamentals I like in the goalkeeper. But it's just times where against Man City at the Etihad, man run out for no reason, bro. You know what I mean? He ran out for no reason. Against United, just let him Mbeumo score.
But doesn't that mean Drifty is right then? Because Drifty's saying that it's up here with him.
And that's what I said. I said he's fair. It's fair for him to feel like that. I'm just saying that Sanchez is a funny one because if you go look at the Club World Cup, there's a clear example of pressure, a pressurized game against PSG, and he was one of our best players on the day. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying right now, I'm not gonna be cooking him because of mistakes he made against United or months ago. He's actually playing all right now. He's actually doing his job, and that's it. You know
Guys,
what I mean?
Donnarumma, I'm gonna say something. Donnarumma is good, but we only watched him in the Champions League. You know who was fantastic in the Champions League and got sold for 55 million pounds or 50 million pounds to Manchester United when we reached the final? Andre Onana. 7 clean sheets. We challenged for we were there. He was up there, right? You watch Donnarumma. He has a mistake in him, right? Now he's being good
Yeah,
for
he does.
City.
Donnarumma is overrated, but I don't think that him being overrated means
He's
that
very
he's
overrated, by the
not
way.
as good. Like, you can be overrated and still be better than somebody. I still don't
Okay,
think
I
so.
hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you. But this,
You know?
okay, because you don't watch Donnarumma in Ligue 1, right? None of us do that. None of us go sit and watch him in Ligue 1. The guy received the same amount of shots as Sanchez. His save percentage is less. He's number 12 in the ranking in Ligue 1 last season in goalkeeping. 12. Playing for
I don't know if
PSG.
we can rely on that because the
Rely
number
on
one
them.
keeper in League
What
last
can we
season,
rely on
everyone's
then,
slating this
Kelk?
season.
What can we rely on if we don't watch Ligue 1?
Because she thinks he's an all-timer. She thinks he's an all-timer keeper. Like,
I don't think he's an
like,
all-timer,
oh,
but
I've
I
got
think he's the
Donnarumma,
top
it's like,
keeper right
okay.
now.
You know
He's
what I mean?
doing good. Listen,
He has
he's
been
doing
doing
good
it for
this
10
season.
years. Don't forget, he won a Euros as a teenager. In the final, he was the guy making the penalty saves at Wembley Stadium against England. Like a 19-year-old or 18-year-old. Like, that's a big moment. He has a lot of those big moments in tournaments in his career. But yeah, you're right. His league stats are not the greatest. So
Even last year,
so far, he's been very good for us.
Let's finish this on this.
Before we finish, Mo, yeah, even last year in the champs, yeah, before he went on that mad run of performances against your own team, Drifty. Remember that blunder, that absolute blunder from Harvey Elliott, bro, that goal. Harvey Elliott scored, yeah.
Oh, what did he do at Anfield?
Dembele had to save his ass.
Don?
Yeah. Dembele had to save his ass, right? He made multiple. It got to a point, Drifty, where I'm watching him and I'm like, yo, what's happened to this keeper? He's turned into a bozo. Every time I tune in to watch him before he went on that good.
Yeah, no, I remember.
He's had some bozos. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah. He coughed up for PSG at the Bernabeu specifically and against Bayern Munich. He's had some moments, but he's also had moments where he's won. Like he won a penalty shootout at Anfield.
Let's just say we're not.
He was very good against Arsenal. He saved some great shots against Arsenal. So, and then he won the Champions League.
But you want to establish? I know what Jess want to establish. She's like, he's not a world-class goalkeeper, but he's better than Sanchez.
Yeah,
that's it.
Do you know who Sanchez reminds me of, Don? It reminds me of when we had Mignolet. And Mignolet was a good goalie, but you're not gonna win the league with him. That's what Sanchez reminds me of. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, all I'm saying is, bro, minimize the amount of shots that he's having. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like the shots that he has most of the time, he saves a lot of them, bro. He saves a lot of Sanchez.
Mignolet had great shot stopping. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, Mignolet did, but like in terms of key moments, like I remember when he was at Man City and he got lobbed, and I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like it's like just those key moments where you're like, you're not quite that guy to get us over the line.
Yeah, I have a question then. If Sanchez is so great, why are you constantly linked to other keepers? Like Magic Mike every summer in Milan.
You think to be right for one.
Linked to him.
No one said Sanchez is great for one. Yeah, Sanchez is actually.
You have.
I didn't call him great, not once. I've still said we need an upgrade. I literally told you we need better than Donnarumma and Sanchez. That's what I told you. Yeah, because
Maresca's not that guy.
A goalkeeper who's actually very comfortable on the ball as well.
But who are you taking then? Who's better than Donnarumma and Sanchez?
Listen, I don't want either of them. I don't want either of them.
It's Courtois, it's Allison.
I don't want either of them.
Who else?
The origin of this.
You know what I mean? I've seen how Donnarumma was getting pressed at the Emirates, Jess. A man just booing it out into nobody. You know what I mean?
I feel like the origin of this conversation was about like Chelsea and their title credentials and Drifty saying like, I wouldn't put you in because like you don't have this goalkeeper. I do feel like there's like kind of like an equation that we look at. Like, do you have a defense that can win it? Do you have an attack that can win it? Do you have a manager that can win it? Just like simple things like that. And can you compensate for any lack? I think with you, like you see your team improving and you are improving and you definitely should be in the race. But if you were analyzing a team with Sanchez, I think you'd look at that and be like, that's probably the reason. You know what I mean? Sanchez is not. Yeah,
I get that. But for me, how I'm looking at it like this. I know you would have finished up mode, but how I'm looking at it, Jess, right? If we're still up there,
no, I don't want to keep you guys for long. Remember, this is my job.
No,
I don't want to keep you guys for long.
It's a good conversation, right? So just to finish up, if we're still up there, Jess, and again, where our defense has improved, like it did last season. Drifty, we got the third best defense last season, right? We're still up there. For me, I'm looking at Sanchez. Okay, it might be a weak spot, but the strongest part of our team for me is our attack and our midfield. If our attack is outscoring teams, we're not going to be overly looking at Sanchez, regardless of him. We can get an upgrade on him or whatever. If our attack is getting us over the line in more of these games, we can still do it. You know what I mean? For me, if we had even Gabriel and Saliba as a pairing, for example, even with Sanchez in goal, I would still say we can still win the league. You know what I mean? So I feel like
Yeah.
people are doing a little bit too much as if every
You feel
game
like your
is
attack
to the
can
back of the net.
compensate. You feel like your attack will compensate for anything that Sanchez would bring up.
Yeah. I feel like we're gonna outscore a
Yeah.
lot of teams this season. That's how I'm kind of
Okay.
looking at it.
Yeah.
You see, let me Chelsea. Tevin is saying, now Mo, you will have a soft spot and a sense of loyalty to Salah. For God's sake, his name is Mo. Nothing to be ashamed of, my G. Thank you, Tevin.
No, I do not be ashamed, bro. If
I
Mo
can't
Salah
wait for
was
this energy
Jamaican,
with
yeah,
Marmoush someday.
I'm telling you now, if Mo Salah was Jamaican, I would be the most shameless guy you've ever seen in your life. So do
100%.
not be a
That
do,
doesn't
do
apply.
not, bro,
I'm
own
German
it,
and
bro.
I don't.
But he doesn't play for my club. But I want him to be the best. I put him. I think if Mohamed Salah had 50% of last season and Liverpool won the league, I'm gonna have serious conversations on the internet about his stature versus Thierry Henry. I'm just putting this out there. But it's not happening because he looks awful now. Ajax is at the bottom of the Champions League table, but that's why they fucking won. They scored 5. So what do you guys want? So if Chelsea play Ajax and win 5, so what do you guys want? AMT, that's what they did.
They want Chelsea to beat a good team.
And the thing is, Mo, yeah, we needed it as well because the goals we scored has now put us closer to top 8, right? So we needed to score 6 goals to get back into top 8.
I'm gonna tell you, Don, at the end, because it is a lot of games in there, it's not gonna end by goal difference. It's gonna end by points. Like whoever is gonna make it, they're gonna make it by points.
You never know. It might.
Mo should bring a PSG fan to raid Donnarumma. They get rid of him because he's not good with his feet.
PSG fans are crying about Chevalier right now. There's
Yeah,
videos saying, "Did we
100%.
make the wrong mistake?
Yeah.
Like, did we
Remember
buy the
Arsenal
wrong keeper?"
too?
They're absolutely slating the guy who was the best keeper in Ligue 1 last season.
You remember this game? Remember Arsenal 2 versus PSG? Donnarumma was ass. Yeah.
Yeah, he had
Remember
games
that
like
game?
that. Yeah, I know.
But listen, I want to thank everyone that joined us, guys. Before we leave, guys, make sure to check out OK Jersey, guys. It's very affordable shirts. I know there's not a lot of people that can afford 150, 140, or 100-pound shirts. These are very affordable, high quality. Actually, go and use the code JUDGE. They are trusted not only by me, by Kopish as well, by Sam, by Dan Potts. These guys have good quality ones. So just go and check them out. Use the code JUDGE. Don't forget that for 8%. And also, Kopish, Don CFC, she knows Arsenal, True City fan. All these guys doing fantastic work. Kopish is live every day. They did the match review yesterday. Don has his Blue Lounge on Mondays at 5:30 or 6.
Blue Lounge, you know.
They
Is
call
it
the
Blue
Blue Lounge?
That's the new one. Blue Diaries. Blue Diaries.
Blue Diaries.
Hey,
I'm not gonna
man
say
said
Blue Lounge didn't sound like football.
Yeah, but I know what Blue Lounge is.
That's a strip club.
Hey, that sounds like you
That's
need a
some
VPN.
after 9 p.m. business, but
The show after 9 p.m.
Man said
Blue
Blue
Lounge
Lounge.
after dark.
Hey,
Blue
hey.
Diaries. Time out, guys. Time out. I'm sorry. Blue Diaries. Right? True City fan with Kelk, of course. They're helping Patrick. Her and Matthias are actually helping Patrick run that channel, of course. Make sure to check them all out, guys. I will see you tonight on MHF. And I will see you guys soon. We're out of here, people.
peace.